Ugh, I'm disgusted.
What is going on? Welcome, geeks.
Oh shit! I dropped my hanger.
Oh, they go get you now.
No.
They'll get you now. Just pick up any one of the guns with unlimited ammo. You'll be
Right.
good.
Hit the bandana real quick.
All right. What's going on, people? We
Hey.
are Grown A Geeks. This is Weigh-In Wednesday.
Yeah.
This is the first Weigh-In Wednesday of the year. Happy New Year. Happy 2023.
And this shit finna
Lot
be
of-
heavy.
Salud.
Right. We are starting off with the business. We are going to get right into it. That says cheers. So, couple of topics tonight. Somebody had recently brought up a very interesting topic that they thought we should talk about. And I was like, okay, I could do that. I think that will make a very good topic. And they wanted to look at the breakdown between the Harry Potter franchise and the show Wednesday. And how basically, same show. And I talked about it. It was like,
Okay.
you know what? You know what? It might
Okay.
be. It
I'm
might be.
following. Mhm.
And so we'll draw some comparisons and who did it better, sort of things. And
Yeah, that's tracking. That's actually
let's
tracking.
see. We got this. Hey, welcome, Lord Silver Sky. That's my buddy Carter. Everybody say hello to Carter.
Hello,
Um,
Carter.
Hey, yo.
And so this is okay. So obviously I'm Sam. This is Denisha. She's one of my resident movie geeks. We handle Why Did I Watch That? And she has an opinion on movies. I think we found something she dislikes more than Nicolas Cage. That was an accomplishment.
Woo! Yeah,
Um,
I aim to please. I aim to strive higher. I gotta
right.
set
Gotta,
those
gotta,
bars,
gotta,
you know.
gotta move that bar.
Yeah,
Move that
buddy.
bar.
God.
Yeah, and see, right?
that even
Is it
possible?
even possible? It is, and
Yes.
we found it.
Anything's possible if you put your mind to it, baby. I'll tell you right now.
Hey, what's going
You've
on?
seen any of our content and somebody mention Nicolas Cage, you know how
Sam, that would be Cam.
What's going on, Cam? What's going on? Okay, so it's great. So I have all my DMZ folks, all my Call of Duty buddies are on right now.
Sick.
DMZ has
He-
our Call of Duty buddies are on. Call of Duty has really had me in a headlock for a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie. I've always played video games. This new Call of Duty, they have this thing called DMZ, and it is just a ton of fun, and I can't stop playing it. It's been fantastic. But we are gonna get to Wednesday and Harry Potter, how those two go like head to head. We need to put up like a bracket and show how they compete. Who has this check, who has that check, ding here, ding there. But we are going to have a very special live episode of Why Did I Watch That? We've got at least one more person I want to be on for that part.
She's coming. She's coming.
Okay,
Let's-
soon as Linda
let's
hops
bide
on.
some time here, but like we're coming. It's
We will get into it. So for anybody who's not aware, what's playing there in the background, that is the movie that we're talking about. The name of the movie is Birdemic.
That's very generous calling it a movie. That's very generous.
The thing that we watched,
It's like a collective fever dream.
very much so. But it's important to also point out that like there were a couple of notes about this, and I think in fairness to the production, for lack of a better phrase, that whole thing was like a $10,000 budget. if I'm not mistaken, and it
They
shows.
spent $9,999 too much.
Damn.
It literally looks like the whole thing could have been done on Windows Movie Maker with some GIF images. In fact, I think what we've done on some of our videos have had better production.
Yes.
If you go back and you watch, why did I watch that? Low Down Dirty Shame. Watch Replicants. I think we had better images.
Yes, we did.
No, it is not the Birds 2020, because the Birds 2020 might have been good.
Yeah.
Birdemic is,
unless you mean if it's like comparing the Birds to 2020 and COVID and all of that, then yes,
right.
It was exactly that.
Definitely some weird stuff happening. Oh wow, YouTube is not pulled up. Let me get that going. Also, we were going to, I don't know that we'll get into this today because I feel like that's a show in and of itself, but someone wanted to discuss, it's crazy. Jeff Miller made a suggestion, and it was a good suggestion. It was a great suggestion even, but it's a shame. He wanted to talk about James Gunn and his future plans for DC with Henry Cavill being out as Superman.
I know what his plans are. He's trying to bring Ezra Miller back. That's what's going on.
Because it's like somehow they thought that was the move. And I think there was a Supreme Dreams did a little sketch that I think sums it up the best. And it really feels like, they have some ulterior motives going into this thing. So I'm curious. But oddly enough, I can say that this is going to sound really weird coming from me, but I'm kind of tired of talking about DC. Like, I don't even really feel like there's anything to talk about yet.
Yeah, that's because the conversation isn't new. It's not new at all. So,
although I think that they are definitely taking steps, hiring on someone to oversee everything together. I thought that's what Jeff Johns would have been doing, but Jeff Johns has his finger in so many different pots with DC. He's a comic writer. He heads up a lot of their animation. Like, he's already doing a lot, and clearly did not take the time to I'm looking at this scene in the corner, and I'm like, he's like, oh yeah, there's a lake right there. There was no indication. Anyway, no, I can't with this. We're not going to. No.
Even on pause, it's bad.
Because if it sits in the background, it's just gonna piss me off.
Yes, sir.
I may pull it back up when we get into it. But yeah, I mean, there's so little to talk about when it comes to DC, and I think
it's evident, like the fact of Henry leaving, like that shouldn't have been what made everything just fall apart. That shows how weak everything was in the first place. And put the damn hanger down.
Yeah.
Like
the birds might get you though. Keep it close. Keep it close.
Y'all will understand what we're talking about when we get into it, because man, oh man. but
no, I would definitely agree. The fact that
there's so much going on, but absolutely nothing at the same time.
Yeah, like Marvel, like Captain America left and Iron Man is gone. Like,
but there's still stuff to talk about. Like, there's still things that we can watch. Like, yeah, Captain Marvel left, but hey, Wakanda forever.
Right.
Like we don't care. It's fine. But like DC left. DC, you're like, okay, Henry Cavill left. Oh fuck.
Well, there's the one good thing they had going for him.
We have nothing. And even
somebody called Ben Affleck. Like, I don't. Yeah.
No, because he mad at them too.
But yeah.
All the mad. All of them mad at him.
But I mean, even the canceling of Wonder Woman 3. I mean, just the evidence that they're really going clean slate and saying that, okay, if it's already been made, we'll put it out. But clearly they're wanting to start over. And so they are looking for the option to start over.
Y'all ain't got a choice. y'all done burned so many damn bridges. Like, what do y'all have? Y'all have Ezra.
Right.
You have Ezra, and Ezra was out here
Is that
being a
something
whole
to be proud
supervillain.
of?
It's really not. I mean, it's while I can understand saying that, okay, we don't want to waste any more money that we don't have to. I mean, I think the fact that they decided to scrap Batgirl was, I mean, I'm not in the decision-making department, so to speak. So they're going to do what they're going to do. But I think that they could have at least taken that, gone directly to HBO with it. That would have been fine because there were people who wanted to see that movie. And you just really kind of go in, and DC is just really making it a point to like continuously shit on their fans, which is not a good thing. You already have a very rocky fan base.
Right.
You already have to go with this competition in Marvel, who is the blueprint. You're trying to do it your way, which hasn't worked. And then on top of that, you're like, and let's just do what we can to piss people off further. And they are succeeding there.
Yeah, they've gotten really good at that.
So that's something they're good at doing.
Time marks.
DC's good at something.
You know?
Yeah. It's bullshit.
So, there's still a couple of movies that are coming out. And I think honestly, it's really funny that Supreme Dreams, they really go and find. I've thought about like pinning it. But you know what? I'll do. I'll find the thread and I'll share the thread here in the group. So anybody that or in this video, so anybody who hasn't seen it will at least know what we're talking about. But the clip that Supreme Dreams had, they talked about Blue Beetle. They're like, Blue Beetle. Oh, he's next. Yeah, he's right there with Spider-Man. Like I keep forgetting. Wait, Blue Beetle, Spider-Man, they're right there, right? And it's like, yeah, most people don't even know who the hell Blue Beetle is.
Right.
I can't say I know anyone that can honestly be like, oh, I'm so excited about Blue Beetle. I'm not excited, but it's not like I'm waiting for that movie. I would look for whatever Tom Holland puts out again as a Spider-Man movie with no concern before I get excited about a Blue Beetle movie. And if they don't even like, it's a little early, so we can't say whether they will or won't. But if they don't acknowledge Ted Kord, if they don't mention Ted Kord Blue Beetle, then just going right to Jamie Reyes and the Scarab is just an insult.
I can
and
look
I think they should do
up
better.
in my handy dandy DC encyclopedia that I got for Christmas.
Hey,
Oh wow! Look at that. So who got that for you? Was that a gift to self?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, because that was. Let's see. Do I have that one? I have the.
When you're talking about people, I can be like, oh, I know.
No,
DC, I know who that is.
Right, I have a Superman encyclopedia, and I have an older version of the DC encyclopedia. Mine is probably 10, 15 years old. But yeah, just looking at the comment here, making Christopher Reeve's Superman and Keaton's Batman in the same universe. The only problem is the big gap between the last Superman movie and the first Batman movie. There he is, Ted Kord, Blue Beetle. You see what I'm saying? And it's right. If they skip Ted, they might as well just get fit. And I kind of feel that's what that is.
I mean, they already gave the stars the middle finger. Might as well go ahead and get to the fans next. I mean, come on, come on. Because now you got
opportunity.
You got Cavill, Godot, fucking shit. His name is escaping me right now. God damn it.
Which
Cyborg.
Oh
Cyborg.
yeah.
His name is escaping me right now, and I feel so bad because I was just talking about him like 3 hours ago.
The actor Ray Fisher.
Yeah. Thank you, Ray Fisher. Yeah. Fuck it. I don't even know. Like, how bad do they burn Jason Momoa? Like, how bad?
You know what? I almost feel like Jason Momoa is the one person,
or did he just leave just because he saw the writing on the wall?
Well, see, his movie is still coming out. We're still getting the Aquaman.
Yeah,
movie.
true. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And see, and that would probably right. You can't bring up Ted Kord without Booster Gold. So that could be the reason they're not going the Ted Kord angle. But they had a Booster Gold. They were doing a Booster Gold movie. The guy from Scrubs was going to be in it. And the one that does the dance. Oh my God, what's his name?
Donald Faison.
Yes. And
I feel like DC doesn't do a good job to get us interested in characters we don't know about, right?
Yeah, they don't.
Marvel had like all of a sudden everybody's like, "Ooh, Guardians of the Galaxy." Nobody knew who the hell that was. Like no one cared.
Well, not the average moviegoer gave a fuck about Star-Lord and stuff, but they made you. They made you care. They made you care.
DC does not know how to do that. They do not know how to make you a fan of someone you've never heard of. Why?
Immediately catches.
I feel like I just walked into a cyclone.
They don't make you care. It's all your fault. But
Immediately catches.
But that's why we keep getting stuck with Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman, because they don't know how to introduce us to someone else and make us care.
What they need to do is do what they've been doing and just focusing on animated titles, because that's where they really shine.
Just do that.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly that.
Well, James Gunn confirmed that they're gonna use the animated stuff as like a blueprint. Or somebody asked him that on Twitter, and he was like, "Absolutely," because why would you not?
Yeah,
that would be the way.
That's where they've been messing up.
It's the artist thing. It's like I think a lot of artists have a hard time just stepping back and being like, "Yo, all I got to do is translate what you did to the big screen," because that's what audiences are going to connect to. They want to bring in their own original stories and ideas. Like, man, we don't want that.
Meet the Wrecking Crew.
Hi, Jeff.
Like, hey, how's it going?
Don't. I don't want another Justice League. Just give me another Assault on Arkham.
Right. I mean, honestly, Assault on Arkham is a Suicide Squad title.
Exactly.
Which was good, which was interesting because let me tell you something. I want to know about Ratcatcher. Ratcatcher 2. Peacemaker had a very successful spinoff.
Yes.
That was damn entertaining. And even with the little bit of like trinkling of interest that they tried to promote with Justice Society, although I easily see how they could take Justice Society and build from there, they fumbled that bag already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They fumbled that bag already.
What's the thing they do with the dynamite?
Right.
Hit the
plane. And see,
whatever The Rock did to the throne in Black Adam, just do it to the whole DCEU.
He flew up, spun around, dropped down, boom. I mean, he rock bottom the throne.
That's crazy.
And the DCEU
career in the same blow.
Being successful at movies is like the Roadrunner and the studio execs like the Coyote. Like they're just not gonna get
right.
it.
And do you think that this is going to change how studios see The Rock?
No.
Nah.
No. Because
they're just going to be like, no, that's DC. That ain't us.
And I
blow some stuff up over here.
I 100% believe that they will look at Black Adam as a fluke and they will say that it was just superhero fatigue and like you said, it's just
DC was messing up already.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like so he came in. It was a win-win for him. If he came in and he revived the DCEU, he gets to be the hero. If he comes in and it flops, well, DC sucks anyway. So what did you expect?
Yeah.
There was no fault. You know what I'm saying? So he was perfect, and it was a great financial venture for him, I guess. But if they're not going to continue making any additional movies for him, he doesn't get to build a franchise around it. So now he has to go back to being Hobbs or the drink that I make. I called it the Smolder Bravestone because it's Red Bull and Terramana tequila. See there with the bull.
Get that Rampage sequel going.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like if I don't get my Rampage 2 with Lizzie the Dragon, like what are we doing?
The black lady in that movie was good too. See,
I would say but I don't even remember who that was.
This what The Rock need to do. The Rock needs to cut out all this asexual stuff he be doing in movies. All right. He don't never kiss the girl. He don't like this is not me being like on some misogynist stuff, but it's like also weird. Like either just have a dead wife in all your movies,
All right.
or stop having weird tension with other. Like stop having weird like in Baywatch, he had the weird tension with the one black lady that never came back.
Yeah.
In what's the helicopter movie? He's on his Bruce Willis trying to get his family back, but it's like you got him back. Where is the romance that comes with that?
Yeah,
I mean the kiss in Hobbs and Shaw was just like I was like watching cousins kiss, and everybody's like, "Yeah, we're not supposed to be."
Not even like
for somebody
like
that
Kevin
is
Gates'
a sex
cousins. These were
symbol,
just some
he's
random
not.
cousins.
He's not in movies at all. I haven't ever watched a movie of him like, ooh, yeah, no.
And it's
like
crazy
Jumanji.
because I can't imagine that The Rock is not in some facet a sex symbol. And yet
I mean,
he does
absolutely. Watch that interview where they said whose pet would he want to be? Listen to how he said Meg Thee Stallion name. The Rock is. I'm not sitting here talking about The Rock in real life.
No, not Dwayne Johnson.
The Rock was famous when being famous was a real thing. Like he been slinging that thing. Ain't no ifs, ands, and maybes about that.
But that is my point. He is.
We don't need to talk about why.
He doesn't go into movies with the intention of selling what he should be selling.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to say like sell the flesh, but when you cast a casting director, right? A casting director is like, well, we want this person in this movie because we're going to have a scene where he takes his shirt off. Because like, why was everybody doing what they was doing for the movie Baywatch if we wasn't going to be looking at them, ogling them the way we did? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Zac Efron,
just making a regular cop movie,
right? You know what I'm saying? It's just a standard buddy cop. You don't have to do anything special. But
it's like they actually did that in that movie because it was like him coming out of the water and Zac Efron had the like gymnastics scene or whatever. But then it was just like,
but everything else was
for an audience, for the audience. It was like it didn't have any impact in like the real world. Like
no, not at all.
Where are the women who are seeing this and are like, oh my god? Except for the one like blue-eyed girl Zac Efron was like hitting on, and she was like, yeah, no.
Oh yeah,
who somehow was also the daughter of The Rock in another movie,
the Dario or something. What's her name? I don't know. Yeah, she was. She was supposed to be bigger than she was, but she kind of fell off as well. And a lot of it, like when you think about everything that surrounded the show Baywatch, all of the sexual tension that existed just in that show, that of course was supposed to spill over. We were supposed to get the running on the beach, and we got all of the fan service scenes that you expected to get, but there was nothing with Dwayne Johnson as the lead. There was nothing in it where anybody was thinking to themselves like, I want to get with him. And they've never put that in any movie. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like when you look at, you take some actors like and I hate to even put these people in the same category, but when you look at Will Smith on screen and all his female leads, when you look at Denzel on screen, and for the most part, his female leads.
Denzel ain't been sexy in a movie since Mississippi Masala.
Hey, yo.
And listen, no, that is my point.
I mean, he's good looking, but
nah, I know a lot of women was like feeling him in Training Day.
Well, they were feeling that character.
Yeah.
That character. And see, and that is the same thing. Like every time we see Dwayne Johnson on film, the first thing that comes to my mind is Mo Better Blues. Because
facts.
Like, let me tell you something. Everybody in that movie was probably ready to get it from everybody. Because it's one of those things.
I was trying to decide if I was gonna be Indigo or Clark.
You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you, if you was Indigo or Clark, you was good. Either way. But I mean, it's like when you look at the way that these male leads in Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? Like, what happened to just like the beefcake? You know what I'm saying? Where like the guy was on screen, he was the sex symbol just for the sake of being a sex symbol. It was somebody like Keanu Reeves who said you don't have to look like that to be an action hero.
You know what it was? It was whoever figured out the Marvel workout. Because once she can turn Paul Rudd into a sex symbol and get him cut up.
No, because we love Paul Rudd from Clueless.
I know, but Paul Rudd was like, yo, you're going to get this chest and these triceps also, brother. Like, I did the workout too. They transforming Kumail
because it didn't work on
Nanjiani.
Anthony Mackie.
He didn't do the workout. That's why he always wearing a t-shirt.
Kumail was put in the time.
Kumail was like, vacuum, like one size smaller. You're gonna get these muscles. All right. I did the workout.
Yeah, and I
that's
mean,
why they didn't want to get Anthony Mackie the shield. I was like, can you carry it?
Wow.
But you think about what they've done now, because even with Chris Evans,
not wrong,
or Thor, like you have those moments where it's a little bit of tension, but it's nothing overtly sexual with any of them anymore. But
in Captain America, that scene that scene that got left in was an unscripted moment. It made the cut when Hallie Atwell reaches up and like touches him. Like you don't have nothing. You don't have, but even so, like you look at that, even the not the tension, but the dynamic that existed between him and Sharon Carter. You know what I'm saying? Like it was there, and you felt like, you know, when he was kind of when he was kind of flirting with her in the hallway, and he like asked her out on the date and stuff like that. Like
she was like,
it
was like, Grandma and I both have secrets.
The only movie I've seen where The Rock looks like he was gonna get some. Let's just call it what it is. The only one I saw is when he was gonna hit Shaw's sister. When he was gonna hit Sister Shaw.
Yeah,
that was the only time. That was the only time it seemed like there was a moment. Otherwise, it's just like he's in the movie. You go back through his list. Now, when you watch him on something like what's the HBO show? Ballers, that character, it's not the same guy that's on screen. You know what I'm saying?
Even in Red Notice, it wasn't.
I didn't believe that he and Gal Gadot were together.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. But I didn't. I wasn't buying that.
And
that didn't. I was not convinced. She had better chemistry with Ryan Reynolds, and I was like, I could see that, and they could have been playing The Rock if it had been like a triple.
He had better chemistry with Kevin Hart in Central Intelligence.
Facts. He was in love.
Yes.
Like, damn, bro.
Like,
I was waiting for that movie to take that turn, like single white female turn.
Go left. It wasn't. Well, Denzel absolutely got smacked in that, but like, from the comment early, he did get smacked, but he redeemed himself, and we named some movies where he redeemed.
Denzel was just not your generation, Denise. I don't like.
No, I forgot about Mo Better Blues, but I distinctly remember Mississippi Masala being like, whew.
Right. But that's like for our aunties.
Now, I will say, like at one point, I wanted to set up my entire swag and mold it after the character from Devil in a Blue Dress, because that was one of the coolest moments for Denzel. Just like, you know what I'm saying? He was just like, Denzel's Denzel, but that character was like, okay, yeah, that's okay, all right. And then of course you see the girl and you're like, okay. But then you take something like The Mighty Quinn and you're like, that's the same dude? Like, huh. Yeah. But that again,
I just remember as a kid being like, man, that white lady really kissed his foot when I was watching Malcolm X.
Hell, you know what? Like, even in The Bone Collector, him and Angelina Jolie had more chemistry, and he couldn't even move.
Facts.
Right. But see, that's just a testament to how good an actor he is.
Yeah, it was there.
But what was the one he did with Paula Patton? Deja Vu.
Deja Vu.
I was not believing for a moment that she would be interested in him for any reason.
That's because she's not a good actress.
Yes, I was gonna say that, but
that's more her fault than his.
Yes,
absolutely.
Because he was great in that movie.
Yeah,
and the movie was fantastic.
Anybody else in her place.
And I would agree with that, but it's also it's a testament to the dynamic of the actors and the actresses, the chemistry that exists between the two of them. And if it's not there, and oddly enough, like I just don't think The Rock has chemistry with any female lead so far.
Yeah.
But I think it's
He has
because
great chemistry with his male leads.
because it's all about the comedy.
Yeah.
And he has amazing comedic timing. He's funny as hell. And the
I
roles
wonder
he
if
plays,
it's
the
that. I
characters.
wonder if it's one of them weird things where he's just like, I don't want to like come across like that, and it's probably better just to avoid like any sort of misunderstandings and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it is just weird. It makes me think about like when you read about the fact that in the original script of Beverly Hills Cop, Eddie Murphy, that movie was originally written for Sylvester Stallone to be the star, which makes a lot more sense when you like think about the movie and this random white lady who he's like really good friends with. That was the love interest in the original script. But when Eddie Murphy gets cast, that's just the home girl.
Not Denzel and Russell Crowe. Wait a minute.
Okay, look,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
not what we about to do. We're not about to do this.
Yeah, but I mean, but honestly, you could
It's
go
almost
that
Black
route.
History Month.
So we got to get it out the way now. But I mean, you know who else? You know who else suffers that though? Like when we're talking about like big male leads, like Tom Cruise is in the same boat where I really don't ever believe.
Oh no, you got mail?
No,
Oh.
Tom Cruise.
Oh, you said
Tom Cruise, not Tom Hanks.
I'm
No,
thinking
Tom Hanks. Like, let me tell you something. People that
Well, I
don't
know
even-
why with Tom Cruise. Whatever. I'm not going there.
Please don't. Because not everybody
It's hard to
be
believe. It's
over
hard to
5'6". I'm just saying.
It's hard to believe in him when you know he's standing on an apple box.
You know what?
Okay.
I'm
I
like,
go do-
even
all
he was
right.
even in
It's
a
like
movie with his
look, you
wife.
hang, it's like you hanging off the side of the plane, and that's cool, brother. But you had to get a running booster start to get up there.
Okay.
There was kind of something
Relax.
with him and Tandy Newton. It was there.
He just has crazy eyes. Like that scene in the airport on what's that movie with Renee Zellweger? Show Me the Money.
Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, that airport scene. I'm like, this man looks like a psycho. Like,
I mean, Jerry Maguire is probably the only movie where I think someone, maybe the first Top Gun. I can kind of see it in Risky Business, but he was like hella young then, so it's kind of different. And the actress Rebecca De Mornay, I think it was, she
is sex.
I was about to say she was the draw for that. So it didn't matter who that young man was going to be. His whole life was about to be ruined either way.
Wait, in what, Risky Business?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so
even like in Jack Reacher, it was supposed to be there, but it wasn't there.
right. And I mean, what was
Or it's cutesy, like Night and Day, like with him and Cameron. Like it's a cutesy type
but see,
of
Cameron Diaz is so damn silly that like she's like the goofy girl next door cute that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we can sit here and just like rip on all of Hollywood for that because it's like the same time that was the same girl that, you know, Jim Carrey was losing it for in The Mask, and it was a totally different girl in The Mask.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, we can talk. That's all the time. Holly Berry and Boomerang, like, oh, she's just this mousy assistant. That man, she fine as hell.
Right.
Mm.
And one of her
that.
better looks.
Day one.
Oh yeah, straight
One
from
of-
business, Holly Berry.
And then when she was all mean and all black at the end, I'm like, man, what happened to your little African hats?
But I think the worst thing about Tom Cruise is he's been in movies with people he was dating, and then
And
they
married to.
translate, and that's saying something. Like, how
Right.
are you in a movie
Him
with
and Nicole
somebody
Kidman.
that
You take a movie like Eyes Wide Shut, that movie should have gone. That movie should have felt way different.
or even Vanilla Sky, because he was dating
Penelope
Penelope.
Cruz.
Cameron Diaz,
Wasn't that?
I
or
thought he was
who?
dating
Penelope
Penelope Cruz.
Penelope
Yeah,
Cruz.
Penelope Cruz. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, it's one of them. Yeah, obviously, I don't know, but
Not they interchangeable.
well, and then you watch Top Gun again, and you're like, wait a minute, they never did even what?
No, it's
like
just
he
the-
left and what?
Yeah. It's just, you know what? They had the bar scene where he sang badly, and they had the little confrontation in the classroom. That was about as much tension as you got in that. And, you know,
I'm like, did she just get out the shower? And he was like, all right, I gotta go.
So I don't know. It's just it's one of those things, and I think that's because The Rock does
chemistry
not.
with Brad Pitt, though.
Who does?
He did in the Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah. That movie was also one of those, like, it was just the two of them on screen a majority of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And so they did a really good job with it just being the two of them for almost all of the scenes. I mean, you have Antonio Banderas pops in a little bit, Kirsten Dunst pops in a little bit, you have some random people that get killed, but for the most part, you're really just following these two people. And, you know, even Christian Slater at the end of the movie, this is one of my top movies, so I know this.
I'm like, damn, you a fucking Interview with the Vampireologist.
Oh, I know that's his thing.
Yeah, actually, yes, I am. But yeah, I mean, like Christian Slater there at the end, even the chemistry he had just for that little bit of time he shared the screen with Brad Pitt. And I still think Brad Pitt was the drawing force in that movie, not Tom Cruise. But anyway, right.
But that's what I'm saying. But they, even in those moments, even though it was them the whole, there's been movies it's just been him and the woman the whole movie.
So what about?
It don't translate.
So what about?
That's why he keep not being able to find his wife in Mission Impossible, because they're like, man, ain't no point in putting y'all on screen together.
I'm like, I see why
you can see her through a telescope across the lake. That's what kind of chemistry you got, baby.
Yeah.
Keep her at a distance.
That's why old dude was able to get with his woman in Cocktail.
You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe that's not really. She for the streets. But so what about like, as far as the chemistry? Is there anybody so far in DC who's had chemistry? Did Ben Affleck and Gal Gadot have any kind of chemistry?
No.
What about Chris Pine and Gal Gadot?
The only chemistry was them hot dogs and Wally in the Flash pocket, and the dogs at the place where he was trying to get a job. That's all the chemistry I saw in any of these damn movies. It was all over him.
Oh yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, because even do you think about Superman and Lois Lane?
Like, I'm mad, but I'm not.
That wasn't there.
Oh yeah,
that
Amy
wasn't
Adams.
there at all. Amy Adams, I'm like,
I don't think she was properly cast for that.
I don't know. I didn't like it.
I can't put my finger on what it was. I don't think she was miscast for that role.
Margot Kidder wept.
And you know, especially next to a
Fisher or something.
I guess the thing is, like, if you got Henry Cavill, if you got Henry Cavill.
Thank you for hearing that, Joe.
Isla Fisher. No, I heard it. I'm gonna find you.
That's funny because I know Isla Fisher is probably considered to be like the low budget Amy Adams. But the fact that you're like, yeah, Isla Fisher probably a better choice in this role.
Right. I mean, honestly, maybe because.
See, Sam, do you know who really has good chemistry with Henry Cavill? Me. So.
Okay.
I've solved the problem.
I signed whatever petition I have to sign to make that happen.
So that's where they dropped the ball. Got it. Contact James Gunn right now.
You know what? They're scared to put a plus size woman on screen. That's what it is.
Unless
a
they're
real
funny.
plus size woman, not someone like it's a little pooch. No, give me a big girl, okay, on screen. That's what I want.
And you know what? Honestly, I would say that's Victor. Everybody, Victor's been joining us pretty regularly.
Hi,
Victor. Yeah, I think in the 80s we like seeing Val Kilmer and Anthony Edwards, I think, as Goose, and Tom Cruise, like having them out in the sand playing volleyball, glistening and whatnot. Everybody's in shape. Nobody would have thought of that as being erotic in any fashion. Not in the 80s, I didn't think about it. But if I was to watch that now, I'd be like, bruh, y'all into this volleyball game a little too much.
See, I saw it like in the 90s on TBS, and I was just like, this is weird, man. It's a lot of dudes, and it's a lot of slow motion. Like, What's going on?
I feel like
Well,
as a
I mean-
society we've gone a little backwards as far as like from the 80s to the 90s, as far
Yeah.
as like I don't know, we went very homophobic, I guess, compared because we had a lot of breakthroughs for what would later on have the term be coined metrosexuality, where all it is just guys who aren't afraid to not be kept in the small box, the small construct that is what is and isn't masculine. Where you had, the 80s hair bands, you had the people like, all the men glistening playing volleyball and no one thought anything. Like, oh, they're just good pals having a good time hitting some balls.
They're so competitive. They're so competitive.
Heavy breathing.
All the slow motion. All the slow motion cuts back and forth.
Exactly.
Pats on the
Nothing wrong
butt.
with that. Though,
Right.
though, personally, I think part of that tie-in for why we got super just homophobic whenever you're going into the 90s, and we're having to peel that back now, was the attack on, or the wrong people or the bad people attaching AIDS to gay people.
Facts.
sure.
Which was a huge thing in the 80s, as you all know. And I think that's what they tacked that on, or like, hey, I don't like all these gay people running around and feeling free to be themselves in public. We got to do something to smack him with a coat hanger and get him back down. Get them back down, make people scared of them.
Talk about these coat hangers in just a moment. Like, so
oh yeah,
I would think that
I got mine too.
Probably let's see, I'm gonna try to put this in overlays there. Boom.
I can find mine behind me.
There's a lot of movies where the chemistry between the actors and actresses has been there, has been off. And going back to DC, Amber Heard and Jason Momoa wasn't there.
Well, now we know why, though.
Right. Now we know that. Now we know. But even so, it's still like, given the history, at no point do you believe that she's going to be Queen Mara. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's the forced love interest of the show, and you know that she's the love interest just because she's the only female in the show. You know what I'm saying? Like in the movie, there's like, you don't see any one of those girls. Yeah, like any one of those girls in The Village from Justice League would have been happy to be the queen. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were fighting over the sweater he took off before he got in the water.
Singing weird ass songs and shit.
Right.
Children of the corn.
Right. And so it's like,
but the same thing, it was there for me with Black Panther, though. I didn't feel that either. I didn't feel it there.
I agree there. I was actually going to say that. I just felt like, okay, they dated and they were just like, we're better as friends.
Yeah,
I definitely got better as friends vibes with Nakia. And it was almost like, because I'm your ex, I get to talk shit that other people don't.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And like, it was probably like an arranged marriage situation. They agreed, or however it was decided, that wasn't going to work out, or it wasn't going to happen. Everybody knows it, and that's why everybody kind of jokes about it.
Yeah.
Right.
And because even she's like, don't choke. I never choke. He choked. You know what I'm saying?
I freeze.
I never freeze.
Right. I never freeze. And so it's like,
me and my art department were saying that to each other. Just randomly.
It wasn't there. Like, it wasn't there. And I've seen him have it, but it wasn't there.
Now the question is, who is that on, in your opinion? Because is it on both of them? Is it on the writing? Is it on the acting? What they showed, what they didn't show, or just the chemistry between the actors and actresses? Because I'll say this: I didn't see the Slave movie Lupita was in, but watching Jordan Peele's Us, I also did not feel like chemistry between her and M'Baku either.
Winston Duke, yeah.
No. When you said who was it on, I was about to say Lupita. Like,
Okay.
no, without.
But you gotta be
without
careful. I mean,
question.
she's an amazing actress and
Oh,
all
and
that,
she's
but
gorgeous and she's beautiful
you
and
know,
all of that.
she's
But
maybe
But-
her and The Rock
It's
need to
just
do a
a
movie
disconnect.
together.
And you know what? But even then, it would be one of those things where it's like, if there is a point to be made where someone wants to make a testament to their acting ability and not just selling the tickets, because would that have something to do with it? Because no one can sit here and say Lupita's not a fantastic actress.
Yeah.
Facts.
But
And
if it's
so-
not there, it's not there. And it's that little bit of extra. And I hate to use this movie because I feel away just because of so many different reasons. But even in Monster Ball, even before it gets to that scene, something is there. Something is brewing. You know what I mean? Like, and you couldn't even get any more different than Holly Berry and Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah,
Like,
I still
but
have a
it's
hard time
there.
understanding how that worked.
But it
Now,
was there.
I
It
think-
lingered.
I think that it's just an extra step that would probably be useful for people casting in general,
Yeah.
no matter what it's for. If you have two people that are going to be partners in any way, shape, or form, I feel like there needs to be a short thing that's a little snippet that's recorded of the two of them interacting, and play it for like a test audience and have them kind of vote and give their opinion. Like, are you feeling anything between these two people? What do you guys
These
think?
two people look like they would get along.
Just to give extra eyes on it, that's not the casting director or anyone involved, because there's most definitely always bias when it comes to that kind of thing. They into the project thinking, I want to get this person no matter what. And then you bring the person in and you think everything's going well for you, but then the people, like the other person supposed to interact with, there's just nothing there.
Yeah,
They're
and
a
I think
great
it's that
actor or
extra
actress.
step of
Yeah.
asking outside people, because, like you said, they do chemistry readings, like they do them.
Yeah.
But it's that extra step of getting somebody outside of that influence, because you want these two actors so bad, you might not see that it's not there, just
Yeah.
because you want this.
It's
to
like the
happen.
reverse. It's like the reverse of like the Brady Bunch, where you could clearly tell like the older brother and the older sister was trying to get busy, and it's like, fam, this is not that show. Like, y'all need to figure out a way to get that off camera. I feel like they had the energy needed on the Brady Bunch.
So you're saying the Brady Bunch was not set in Alabama?
Definitely not.
It's just
Okay.
like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Like, I felt guilty watching that. I'm like, oh,
Right. Like I was
Yeah.
watching something
it's some
behind.
cheese
Do
going
they
on.
know
Like,
there's a
it's like,
camera?
Jen, you never stood a chance.
Yeah.
Right.
He was going to work with that every day.
Oh my God. And Original Sin, her and Antonio Banderas.
Like
oh my
she
God.
should have did what Doug Christie wife did. She should have been at work with him
Yeah,
every day.
every day. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, you need to run lines. I'm an actress. I can run lines with him.
Mm,
Why don't you go find Billy Bob?
mm.
You got a vial of blood, have it there.
Yeah.
Keep that energy that way, sister. I mean, you almost had that. Now that is an actual testament to when you see good chemistry on screen, and it spilled way over. You know what I'm saying? And in comparison, just to show you that it even though what was it, Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson, they dated afterwards, but I still don't think what I saw on screen was that type of chemistry.
Honestly, I think a big part of it is because Robert Pattinson hated every minute of
Yeah.
filming Twilight or doing
And-
anything
yeah.
with Twilight. And you can it's palpable. I can't say words today. You know what I'm trying to say. Whenever you watch it. And I think by the end of it, most of the people who are working on that were tired of it, especially with the poor writing they had to pull from. And yeah, it's making me very sad that it's something that's deemed a classic now and has started to come back around in popularity. Because I thought I was done with it and I forgot that things loop back. And now everyone's like, "Oh my God, you remember Twilight is the best?" I'm like,
Oh wait, it's been 20 years. I have to. Well, wait, were we Team Jacob or Team Edward? I forget who was who. You had to pick a side. You know what? We're for the werewolves this time.
Yeah.
Just, wherever the werewolves were, we like them. And you know what? I think
I don't
this
know,
comment here
I
is
think you need to ask Herschel Walker which side to be on.
because
Let's
you know
not.
werewolves and
Oh my
vampires.
God.
Did you know? Okay, we're not doing that.
Oh my God.
I want to be a
Stress.
werewolf. No, I think Jamie makes a good comment here. She says, I think Black Panther did it right. There was just enough romance, but they didn't rely on the romance. It was more between the sibling relationship that made it work. They didn't force romance. And I would agree.
Yeah, up to a point though. Up to a point. The first movie, fine. Second movie, that
we
needed
show
to
with a
be-
baby.
I need to believe that happened.
I
We
wasn't
show
gonna
with a
say that,
baby that's
Jeff.
younger than the blip. I'm like,
It could be a thing of
When did that happen?
like they were just having a good night and ended up being something that went a little too far. Oops, and a baby was here, you know?
But the speeches that were given by her about like why she didn't come to the funeral, like all of those things, it took me out of the movie at that moment because I didn't feel that. I didn't feel it was so hard and
So
you know,
I believe in a situation like that particular sequence falls victim to circumstance of the movie because we don't get an opportunity to see anything that gives us reason to believe that romance existed. Due to, you know, unfortunate passing of Bozeman, we don't get to see anything more than what they showed us the first time.
yeah.
And now we have to kind of fill in the gaps ourselves and accept that it was there.
But I think the problem is there was no flirtation back from her, and that's why when Jeff asked the question, I'm like, it was on her because you do have that from him, like he
kissed her,
like almost like a puppy. But you never got a moment of a glimpse of her kind of just letting her guard down a little bit and being like, yeah, whatever. Even for a second, we don't get a glimpse of that at all. And so that's why it's like, come on, girl.
That could have been something they were waiting to build upon in the next movie.
It could have been.
But you know who actually gave me like a really good dynamic, surprisingly enough? Daniel Kaluuya and Okoye, like them two.
And they weren't even in a scene that long.
They was completely separated, but they was husband and wife, and just their dialogue and the way they looked at one another, the things I was like, yeah, you sleeping on the sofa tonight,
even
bro.
when she said, "My king, my love," like
right,
and that's what I'm saying. We didn't get even a glimmer of that, and I'm like, was that somewhere on the floor, in the cutting room floor? But it's like Linda said, maybe that was coming in the second movie somewhere, but
because it could have been something they didn't want to put in that movie because they didn't want the romance to be a feature.
Yeah,
they wanted
it seems like her whole thing too was like not wanting to be tied down to staying in Wakanda, which is what she would have had to do. It's what she would have had to do if she would have stayed. So it could have been this thing of like
women empowerment.
I'm trying to like I like him, but I don't want to like get sucked into this situation because I know I'm about to have to like leave to go on like a super secret mission.
She definitely didn't want to be queen. But I think it's also because I don't see it in other movies. Why I'm like it. I don't know that it would have ever been there because I don't have anything to reference to go. Well, you know what? In this movie, she was though. So maybe it was just the writing. It just hasn't been there in any of the other movies that she's been in for me to be like, oh, that's why.
So this one goes back to Angelina Jolie's relationship from Hackers. That's a throwback. And I don't know. I think like most people have pretty decent on-screen chemistry with Angelina because it's Angelina Jolie. And if you get to be in a scene with her, most people are probably going to do whatever the hell they got to do to be in that scene. And
I do think it's fun that in Maleficent they used her own daughter because all other kids were scared of her in her costume.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, I've got kids. I've got lots of kids. Take your pick. Which one do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like when you talk about the different things that movies have done, could do, where they can make some changes and where they can improve. Obviously, The Rock needed someone like Aldous Hodge, and the two of them kind of went the way they went back and forth.
It was more chemistry between them than it was between him and Sarah Shahi.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think the Black Adam had no love interest in that entire movie, and I don't think he was meant to or designed to. That won't come until maybe his third movie.
That
But
ain't coming.
well, would have come, perhaps. Maybe could have been his third movie. But I think, again, it's just one of those interesting things where The Rock seems to have uniquely good chemistry with his male co-stars.
Because he's a wrestler. It's like that's all they doing, wrestling. Like
that is a very valid point that I had not considered. And Kevin Hart's like his best friend for real, so they just cutting up on set. So that probably works out well.
I mean, I don't know if any of you guys ever just I sometimes I just go back and watch old like wrestling promos just because some of them are hilarious to me. And like the Rock ones, it's just like when you watch him cutting up with Kevin Hart on promo tours and all this stuff, that like it's so natural to him. Like, yeah, if it's something where we're showing bravado and we're trying to be extra manly and talk shit, like that's literally what made him famous.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know, showing the softer side and some of the other stuff that people have to do acting, it might still be a little bit of heavy lifting, and it's fixable.
And to that, I say, for evidence of The Rock being able to actually be someone different and carry a scene outside of just being Mr. Charisma.
Mm-hmm.
The television show Ballers, he has a number of scenes. Most of the show, he is still Mr. Charisma. But he has a number of scenes where you actually get to see The Rock act, and he's a damn good actor.
Yep.
But there's so many other people on that show, it doesn't have to just be on him the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know that he could do 2 hours of that and carry a film that way.
Mm-hmm.
He has to go into something that's comfortable, that's natural, that's believable for him. And I think that's kind of why Black Adam hasn't done what they thought it was going to do, because that is the exact same character I've seen in every one of The Rock's movies. He just talked a little less.
Yeah. Which is probably good.
No, I think like, look, I've seen the Scorpion.
No, that's the one thing you want The Rock to do.
Like,
I was just joking.
And the funny part is we actually, and go back and watch, we have a Why Did I Watch That? Scorpion King.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the better things, like the cheesy ass lines from The Rock, make that movie watchable even today. It is corny as hell, but it's still popcorn fun.
It's a good time.
It's still popcorn fun. And this character, Teth Adam, could have very well have been a descendant of Matthias or, some part of that lineage. And the Scorpion King is Black Adam. It's one in the same. This is just a pissed off Matthias. You know what I'm saying? And for those, I see someone says they haven't made it through Black Adam, so
it's okay, Jamie.
I'll avoid.
You're not missing nothing, big dog.
Take your time, and as you get through it, you get through it. It's on HBO Max.
Onward and upward.
David and I haven't gotten around to it yet. David said he's a little burnt out on these superhero movies. So,
I mean, well, that's great because we have another movie that's right up your wheelhouse.
Segue here.
We can talk about the perfect movie for you.
Nice segue.
Segue God.
You know what? Let me get my banners up. It is officially time, people.
What's that?
Live action.
Oh,
what's that?
Are we fighting?
We are fighting. We got to fight off the birds there. Everybody get your coat hangers and fight off the birds.
You got to wait.
And just keep swinging in the same spot. These are the most... Okay,
I feel like I should have put my cockatiel behind me for this segment.
Okay, I want
the only reason why he's not hanging out in the bathroom right now.
Well, this way you can hear him when he randomly squawks in the background, adding ambiance. All
right, I'm going to break this bad boy out. So this is Why Did I Watch That? If you're new to the channel, first off, we thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button over there in the corner. See that QR code? It'll take you to everywhere we are. Like, follow, subscribe. hit the notification bell so they can get what, Jeff? That piping hot content.
Yo.
Every time it
Let's
comes
go.
out. So we do a segment called Why Did I Watch That? Usually it's Denisha and I, but we've had other guests, and Jeff is next up because we have to watch Barely Lethal. He's been asking for
I
it.
don't want to.
No,
I
he's
don't
been
want to.
asking for this one. We owe it to him.
Right in my
Lethal.
wheelhouse.
We owe it
Teenage
to-
spies
Okay.
So
who
we're
are
gonna-
white girls.
Totally Spies the movie.
Oh,
Basically.
We have to check it out. So we do a segment, and it's called Why Did I Watch That? And Denisha and I, we go through, we filter out, and we find the worst of the worst. And we watch it so you don't have to.
Oh,
We
No,
Denisha-
David found the worst of the worst.
Denisha was. I know Denisha
I
was
know.
punching
Yeah.
air. Denisha was punching air watching this movie. I know it.
Right. Let me tell you something.
She's like,
Bruh,
I almost
You
filmed
did?
myself watching it because it was that bad.
I needed
oh,
a
I wish you
reaction video.
did. I
I
wish
really
you
Let me tell you
did.
something.
Oh.
Okay, so we had talked about we were going to watch this movie,
Oh.
and let me bring it up so everybody knows what movie we're talking about. Let me share this screen.
So would you say you were hanging out with your family, having yourself a
I
party?
took notes. I very rarely take notes about how much I hate something. And I was just like, at what point I just wrote, what the fuck? But I definitely
That's the
wrote
note.
hanging out with your
Yeah,
family.
but you know what?
Barbecue,
But that's
Big Mama in the kitchen. What the hell is happening?
that's what it is.
Oh.
I can't.
So
I can't.
here is the movie right here. Birdemic, Shock and
Shock
Terror.
and terror.
And
It has an
both.
18 tomato meter, a
Mhm.
27 audience score, and that's with 1,000+ ratings.
Mm.
Let me tell you something.
Both of those scores are too high.
Birdemic. Yes.
Both of those scores
Yes.
are too high. They are way high.
No.
Everybody that was in the
That is-
film
That's
is what rated
exactly
that.
where the scores need to be for this movie. That
The
Yes.
only reason that score works is because it gives us an opportunity to rate this film. Let me just pull up some of the production stills from this.
these are actual screenshots from the actual movie that you can actually watch.
Oh,
For free, by the way.
sound mixing is one of
And
my
on like
favorites.
a number of channels.
I read
Let's
that the
just-
budget was $10,000.
Let me tell you something. I've seen better for less. This movie,
$10,000. I just don't know what they spent the 10,000 on. Like,
The CGI
It's
birds,
high-
of course.
it's hybrid
Them,
Mustang.
them boards.
them some expensive boards.
Oh,
The
the
hardest
singer.
working man in the film.
I'm telling you,
I was
He
like,
had to
how
carry
does he
2.5
have background vocals? Nobody else was there.
there
The
it is. So everybody
hardest
that wants to
working
know,
man.
that is why we have our hangers right there. I wish I could make this image bigger. I need you all to see and understand. They are fighting off hovering eagles. That's
like
important to know.
I'm talking like something that they asked Clippy to go fetch from a Word
Brother.
document and threw it in the
Hey.
movie. Like,
Literally, that is a good example
That
of the
that
CGI.
that's an actual screenshot from the actual movie that you can
It's
actually
like
watch.
the movies you used to be able to go make in the mall with the green screen.
Right. That's
Those
exactly
were
what it
better than this damn movie.
Look at that.
wait
at
till you watch a talking cat.
Oh, man, you want to talk about cinematic gold right there? Look at that. Look at that. It's beautiful.
Don't touch it.
Look at that. Look at that.
And
Look
I'm
at
like texting Sam.
Look at this. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Look at
There
this.
is
Look
the
at
It literally
beauty.
looks like they're throwing stuffed birds at people.
They are.
No,
It
let
would
me
have
tell
been
you what
better.
they're doing.
It would have been better if they would have had stuffed animals. It would have been
Look at
better than that.
This
Yes.
quality of CGI is actually worse than the CGI in the original Birds movie, where
Yes.
they just put two
Yeah,
different
man.
screens over each other.
Yeah.
Just gonna
This
put
movie
this-
literally had
These birds look like they from GoldenEye.
honestly,
Turok Dinosaur Hunter.
Which
That's
one is
crazy.
Odd Job?
you know what I'm
That's
saying?
crazy.
The right over there in the top left. See, that's it.
Dog.
Like
See, David, look, you always complain about our
And
cock
then I
appeal.
was like, why is there
The
a
cock
Look at this.
appeal.
Look at this.
David, The
Look at this.
cockatiel's not real. Our cockatiel is not real.
No,
It's one of
birds
these
are not real. They are full of evil, and they're also not real.
This was one of the hardest movies to watch and finish.
I'm so
I
glad.
hated it from the very beginning. As soon as it
You didn't love the fucking the whole like
the driving.
the drive to work and back home, and you didn't like it.
And then
If they had-
pissed. It takes you 47 minutes in. 47 minutes in before the birdemic even starts.
But wait,
So-
let's talk about the birdemic and the
There's
start of the
47 minutes,
birdemic.
and there's no fucking birds. in
Okay,
this
hold on.
movie until the
Under the
47-minute mark.
under the you might also like. What the hell is that? Finding Bliss.
I
It's a
don't-
30-30. We might have to check it out. Note to
as
self.
long as we do not look at the film next to it. Okay.
Okay, we just
No.
you know what?
No,
we'll
we're
come
not going
back
to talk
here.
about that.
Let's
Birdemic, though.
look at that cover.
who-
Look at that cover. Look at the cover. It's great. It's
Who here wants David to get our pet cockatiel and put it
I
on his
don't
shoulder
know.
for the rest
No,
of the
no,
of the-
no, no.
So
No,
getting back,
I'm
yes,
leaving.
it is the same bird in different flying
Yes.
positions and different colors.
And the
They
same
just-
There was a
Altered.
sequel.
sound over and over and over.
Also, kamikaze birds. Also,
And then it was hard because I was watching it on Tubi. See, I got a bill. I'm mad. I was watching it on Tubi. And so it went to commercial break right when they were having their love scene. So right when it came back was when the bird, and it was loud. It scared the hell out of me. I almost stepped on my dog.
there was
It's
al-
like,
there, there was also
Okay.
a third movie. Yes, that
Okay,
is
now,
correct.
now, let me really quickly bring up.
From last year.
Uh,
I didn't know that Birdemic 3 was last year. Oh,
Let me really quickly bring up movies that did worse on Rotten Tomatoes somehow.
there's no way.
Oh no,
Uh,
we've covered that there are movies. We covered a movie that had a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Should not have.
Way better than this movie.
Let's see. Left Behind from 2014, starring Nicolas Cage. Yeah,
Oh,
had a 0 and a 19% for
Evil?
it's
audience.
a double whammy with
A
Nicolas
double whammy.
Cage.
yeah.
And somehow still better.
Super
haven't even
Baby,
seen it. I know it's
Baby
better.
Yes.
Jesus 2.
There's 3. There's 3 of them.
Well, I mean, at the same time, think of how many Sharknado movies there are.
But Sharknado
none of the
knows that it's crazy.
None of the Sharknadoes are on the worst
Yeah,
list.
But see, okay, so here's the difference between Sharknado and Birdemic. Sharknado knows exactly what the fuck it is.
Mm.
It knows what it's doing.
Yes.
Birdemic has the fucking audacity to be a fucking environmental hit piece.
Yes. Oh, when
It's
they
an
do that
environmentalist movie.
when the
Ooh.
soap opera music starts and they're talking to the scientists, and this is all because of global warming. If I could have thrown something at my TV,
Hold on. There's a wild jaguar out over there. I gotta get back to my cabin.
So-
I hated this movie. And how do you mess up a sex scene? I was like, is Quentin Tarantino directing this? Because why are we looking at their feet? That was so weird. It was everything about this movie was
Very
awful.
So here was the one thing that like immediately stood out to me just from that scene. And we'll go through and we'll do like the full breakdown and everything, but just that scene specifically. So the female lead, whatever her name is, bless
Oh,
her
no,
heart,
don't
Didn't
care.
even bother to learn
Right.
the names.
because nobody in this movie, like, I get that we're casting unknowns. It's a $10,000 film. This looked like somebody's final project to graduate or
They
something
were
like
casting unknowns who didn't know
They
were
they
in a
got
movie.
they got
that.
a
And
0.
they were. It
I
was
got a 0.
important to them to not be in the next one, so they wanted to make sure that they did as bad as possible. But in that particular sex scene, as you mentioned, like they do a real good job of trying to set up the mood and whatnot. And she's undressed. She goes to the bathroom. She comes back. She's got her the cute little set and everything. All right, cool. They embrace. They kiss. They get on the bed. We're looking at feet. When they cut to the next morning or
Oh, he
later,
in full clothes,
my man is completely dressed. She's still in.
dressed like Steven Seagal with the
And
wife beater and dress.
He had on the black tank top, the dress slacks with the belt, tucked in no less. And the first thing that came to mind
Van Damme,
was,
that's what I'm thinking of.
what is the movie with Bad Teacher with Justin Timberlake and Cameron Diaz where he's saving himself for marriage, but he didn't mind going over the clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, did that? And literally, Celeste and I, we had
Is he a never nude?
we pretty much. It was like it had to be 20 minutes of laughter while we talked about how he probably finished quick because it was all over the clothes. She was in her panties and bra, and he couldn't hack it.
And
But-
helping her disassemble the bed in them drawers.
But because he is
I hate
because he got the big fish sale,
This is
$1
great.
million contract of which he
$1
gave
million.
50. Wait a minute. But he was like, can I close this deal today? I tell you what, I'll give you 50% off on top of that. I landed the big fish, $1 million. Nah, bro. Half
No,
a
he
mil
gets on
at
the
best.
phone and he goes, "Woo!"
And the way he looked around because nobody was
with
excited.
one thing on his desk.
Wait a minute. And then
Like,
somebody
nobody
comes
has
around
the
the corner.
Post-its at home.
Everybody's so
bring it.
stiff. My man comes around the corner. Hey,
What's all this
what's
noise?
all that about?
What's
I
that?
did it.
What's all that noise about?
Oh, I did it. I landed the big fish. Like, have you ever watched The Kids in the Hall?
You want to try
You
that?
know the
tape?
actor Dave Foley?
You want to try that line again, bro?
Just, I
The
probably,
sound is in and out. Like somehow my computer, I kept thinking the TV was cutting off because it's like sound and then no sound and somebody sound, no
everything
sound.
about this movie is so bad. So bad.
Oh, thank you.
Um,
Someone got my never nude reference.
Yes.
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 This is okay. So here's the basis,
Oh,
the basic
God.
premise of the movie.
Oh God.
We
Terrible.
follow a young man who we spend the first little bit of the movie just following his day to day. We see him get
Oh, no,
up,
I
have
misread-
breakfast.
I misread the
Dro-
comment. They did not understand never nude. Never nude is it's a reference to Arrested Development. One of the characters in there is never nude. Never nude.
Oh.
He always wears cut off jean shorts and never takes those off.
Huh.
He's never nude.
I know.
Tobias Funke. Or
Tobias.
what's-
Tobias
what's-
would have fit in this movie
Oh,
because there was definitely some oddities
what's
in the
what's
movie.
what's that actor's name? I can't remember.
David Cross.
There you go, David Cross. I knew it was
That's
Cross.
Oh.
I'm like,
literally the only.
how did I
person
forget the name
know.
David?
Jason Bateman and David Cross are the only two people I know in Arrested Development.
Jeffrey Tambor, isn't he in that?
Yep, Tony Hale.
Say so. I've never seen it. I just
Michael Cera.
You actually would like that show a lot, Denisha.
Oh shit.
Arrested
You would-
Development's really good.
You would really like it.
It is. Yeah, it is really good.
We you know what? We may have to do like a sitcom
Oh, fuck.
review. So we follow this guy for the first like the
Yes, we sure do
we
follow
would.
him.
45
would.
minutes. So here, let's talk about and we'll just skip through, but like we see him land his first big contract. When he started with this company, he had the opportunity to get stock options because I'm guessing they wasn't paying shit. Because for him to get a commit, like let me have any job in sales and I close $1 million sale, I'm taking the rest of the week off. Even at 10%, I'm good. But he is very casually like, yeah, all right. And no one else is in this office. So I'm just gonna pipe down here.
Exactly that.
His buddy comes around the corner.
What's
all this noise about?
The noise here.
The worst conversation between these two.
I
Just like,
am a robot.
right, so stiff. Then we follow him like have this creepy interaction with the waitress who just landed the Victoria's Secret's cover. Victoria's Secret's cover. Now, I know about the Sears catalog. Do they have like a Victoria's Secret's catalog?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she could be the cover model for that. Her.
But that's not really a thing.
It's
from
not at
Dream
all.
Models.
Victoria's Secret is being an angel on the runway.
Yeah.
They should have been talking about the Sports
No,
Illustrated.
she belonged in the
I,
catalog.
Oh, this
I
is
think
great.
that's what they meant was the
5
Sports
minutes.
Illustrated. You got it mixed
It was
up.
literally the easiest Google
but it
search
was
not to fuck
Dream
up that line.
Models.
This is great.
Right. It is, and Mama flipped the script. Okay, we'll get to Mom in a minute. So we see. It turns out they went to school together. They had a class together. She clearly didn't know who he was, but he remembered her. or
bet.
something weird. Like I said, some really weird, like I won't say creepy, but it was weird. Like I was not comfortable watching this interaction between these two people. And then he basically tries to take her out on a date, and they decide to get together, go on this date. In between him meeting her and going on the date, the company he works for gets bought out by this other company for $1 billion. Randomly. So now all his stock options come to fruition, and he can choose to retire early if he wants.
That clapping in that boardroom.
Did you notice that it was the same scene looped 4 different times at 4 different angles?
I was about to say it was stock.
It was
But like
same.
anybody who's ever bought software for video editing, you could do a search for clapping, and that audio track is what they
Anthony,
use.
no, you need to watch this. You have to watch this movie.
You can't appreciate
you must
how
watch this
bad
movie.
it is unless you watch it.
I'm okay if you don't know it.
I'm good. I'm living it right now.
So after he has gotten
Jeff, I
his,
promise you, we're not doing it justice.
after his company gets bought out for the $1 billion, and he has
$1 billion!
stock options, he then turns around and decides to pay $20,000 for solar panels to be put on his house, only to turn around and decide to open a company installing solar panels. In which, after his very first pitch in front of whatever random ass board this is, they decide, okay, we'll give you $10 million investment money.
It was 2 people. There was no board.
What?
You couldn't even see the PowerPoint presentation. All you saw was solar panels.
It was 2.
It was.
I mean, that makes sense.
Like made me mad. Y'all have no idea.
And so after this, we see the date. We get to meet the lady's mom, and of course, the girl talks about how her mom never really supported her modeling career. But that's all mom talks about when we see mom. Is this modeling career?
Mom's super supportive. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right? Like what type of? Okay.
Maybe mom is on the fakey fake though, where it's like now that she got Victoria's Secret cover, she got
a man with that good money.
I thought
her man got money. His man got
right,
money.
Right. Like
that's what it is.
There's a
And
big.
I always liked you.
So unnatural with her.
So did y'all notice like up before the birds happened, everything was going right for these characters?
Everything.
Every single thing that it could have gone right. Like
Victoria cover.
My man
model.
got his stock options, and it turned around.
And then they slept together, and then the very next day, the bird.
Like I'm sitting here, like, so my man, his name is Rod, by the way.
His name is Rod. I tried to forget.
So Rod, you mean to tell me that Rod, he got a fucking hybrid Ford Mustang first off, and they made sure that we knew that he got a hybrid.
Wait a minute.
He need a fancy new car.
So check this out. Not only was it a hybrid, he gets 100 miles to the gallon.
Yes.
Bruh.
So
I'm sorry, what?
First of all, my man Rod got the best car ever. Because you're not beating 100 miles a gallon. You're not doing that. My man hasn't filled up his tank since. Like
the one time we saw him fill it up in the movie.
Right. He had his car for 3 years. Hadn't filled it up once before the movie. My man been coasting. All right. So Rod got the best car in the world, landed $1 million contract, right?
No,
got all his stock options in the same day. First of all,
same day.
Landed $1 million contract, got his stock options, flipped that, made $10 million more, right?
So crazy.
I brought a guest.
Chilling. Rod's good for the rest of his life.
I brought special guest.
Special guest.
If you can see him in his cage. This is Dio. He is not hand tamed. So he'll not be coming out unless he feels like it.
But that was the bird you wanted to put on David's shoulder. See?
And then what's her name? Goddamn, I think it was it Natalie? Was her name Natalie? Yes. Natalie just out of nowhere is like, yo, you want this modeling contract? Shit, yeah. I want this modeling contract. Right.
So and let me just jump in right there. If you work for a random what was it? Dream Models.
It was Dream Models.
So when I guess the equivalent of her manager or her agent calls and it's
Jeff
like,
just
hey,
shaking his head like, what the fuck?
it's like,
going
wait.
on?
And when I tell you this was a hole in the wall,
Jeff, I'm like, I'm mad. You have no idea. Like, I have anger in my body.
Let me just say that Dream Models looks like it was
Tanisha
probably
is trembling with rage.
Dream Models was probably a quick advertisement you saw on the back page of the Penny Saver.
Actually, no. I'm gonna hold on.
Right.
I'm gonna Google Dream Models. Right now.
Don't do it because what's probably gonna come up is what you're thinking. But now she has
there
Victoria's
is Dream
Secrets contract.
Status Models LLC in Atlanta.
Man.
I don't know how much
Even
they
then,
charge
that's
per
probably
hour.
that's right. That's probably a massage parlor. So
It says modeling agency, but
Yeah, I'm sure.
and honestly, I get a lot of random pictures of cars for some reason.
which probably would have been better than
model
this.
cars.
This modeling agent calls and says, so Victoria's Secrets wants you for the cover. Do you want to do it? I'm going to just say that if I'm your agent and Victoria's Secrets wants my client for the cover, I'm going to call you and be like, hey, guess what? I just got you the cover for Victoria's Secrets. It's not a do you want to do this? It's congratulations.
Like, this is her dream.
I got you.
And she is the model. So she decides.
Right.
Yes. Autonomy.
Maybe that was the only thing they got right in the movie.
There was nothing. There was
to
nothing.
David's point here, all of this thing, everything is going great for these people.
Within a span of a week, everybody is just doing well. Rod has like fucking $1,200 million in the bank right now. Natalie's got her dream modeling career, right? Rick's doing some shit. I don't know. Like he's chilling,
his
I
friend
guess.
like randomly says, "Oh, and that girl you're dating," and then at the end of the conversation, he's like, "Oh, by the way, your girlfriend is friends with my girlfriend, and we're gonna have a double date."
It just happens. It just
I want
happens.
to talk about I want to talk about how they was outside playing basketball. Talk about how hot it was. One man got on a polo shirt. The other dude got on long sleeve sweatshirt under
protection.
Sweating it up.
I got protection now.
I was sweating watching.
There you go. See, you're safe. You got your coat.
He kept peeking out. He kept peeking out like he was gonna pop out of the cage and like hop on my shoulder, but no, he can't get past that.
So when we get to the actual. When we get to the actual birdemic, there is
you ain't at the birdemic yet?
No.
This is just the setup.
You don't see one
47
Jeff, let me tell you, when she says 47 minutes, you do not see a fucking bird.
You don't see a single goddamn bird.
No. You see, there's the one scene where there was
like 4 of them when they were on their date that looked like parrots just in a tree.
But that's not the birdemic. That's not the birdemic. You don't see
it takes 47 minutes for the birdemic.
And how long is this movie?
Too long.
An hour and 30 minutes, I think.
Too long.
Fam, in my mind, I was
So
just
you
like,
go
all
through
right,
half the
cool. We
movie
coming
without
up on
any
the
birds.
More than half
I'm about
the
to
movie,
wrap
no
this
birds.
up. We're gonna move on to the next topic. And this
Let me tell you something
about now.
We
when
haven't
birds
even
come,
gotten to the birds, and there's so much to complain about with this movie. But when you finally get to the birds, let me just say, it just happens.
They dropping bombs.
It just happens.
The very next segment.
But let me tell you something right now. My boy Rod was ready because he was out here fucking in a tank top, some fucking khaki jeans, and a belt, and he was ready to move. He was ready to move and go at the drop of a hat because he was prepared.
and the belt.
And
And the belt.
Full, like she said, full
So
Van
my
Damme.
man was just full through the zipper hole. Going to work.
I'm telling you.
And then act like he woke up because she heard the noise. I think it's an eagle. And he's like, okay, let's put the bed up against the window. What?
So after they decide, now when we say that it just happened, what I mean literally is like you have one scene where they're like about to go to sleep, or like you said, we're staring at their feet for a moment. They cut away, fade to black. The next scene, it's an aerial view of this city, and there are birds dive bombing into gas stations,
like
blowing shit
Japanese kamikaze pilots.
And the crazy thing is, it's like, even if a bird decided to fly in and hit any part of the gas station, that wouldn't cause an explosion. What
Yes, it
type
does.
of explosive ass birds?
Do you not know that when a bird is diving that fast, they spontaneously combust?
Well, according David, according to your theory with how birds aren't real, if they're all actually routers,
yeah, they're
that makes sense. It's the electronics exploding on contact.
The electronics,
especially kamikazing into like a gas station or something. You got the spark.
Oh, shit.
That's all you need is the spark. It blows up.
So yes, Jeff. As soon as we're done with the sex scene, like fucking seconds later, kamikaze pigeons just crash into a gas station, blow that bitch up.
Is that what caused it? It wasn't their terrible sex that caused these birds to riot.
I mean, it almost had to be because there was absolutely no.
It was like she's giving it.
It was a bad update. The update got corrupted.
They're like, she's giving it up to this guy.
The guy shows up
in simulation
to get them out of there in his van because all of a sudden Rod can't find his car keys.
Oh wait, no, we have to go back to the bed up against the window. Hold on, let's go back to the bed against the window. So, if anybody's ever been in like a cheap motel, we won't even talk about how my man got all this money, just paid all this money for the solar panels, got his own house, but decides to take this random date to a cheap motel. I had issues with that because it wasn't like your place or mine. He was like, hey, we had a good time. We listened to some live music.
It's one of those motels where live music, the street.
Live,
like it's like if it's
Sunset Boulevard
Rose
Inn.
Street, it's Rose Street Inn.
Right.
Like it's one of them motels.
The seediest motel you could ever find.
When they decided
they were sleeping on top of the comforter. That's how bad it was.
Right. And all they did all night had to be grinding because clearly nothing else took place because my man was fully dressed. So the next morning they get up, the birds have now started attacking, and she goes to look out the window. Oh, there's something crazy. They want to save themselves. And so they take the bed and they put it up against the window. Now, I'm just going by what I see on screen. And if these birds are deciding to kamikaze into the glass, you want the mattress to cover the window.
All right.
And when I tell you this thing like barely came to the middle of the window, and if these birds was actually trying to get in, they would have just come right in anyway.
What the fuck the mattress going
because
to, bro?
Nothing was protected.
What the fuck?
No, when he picked up the phone, he picked up the motel phone, and then he picked up a cell phone. And he was like, "Oh, it's dead." And screamed black as hell.
Now, mind you, I understand
the bird stole the charger.
Right. Because all I can think is like, phone's dead. Well, charge it. Plug in the damn charger.
Electricity still works, bitch. What are you doing?
This is one of those.
Now, didn't you know back in 2010, phone chargers didn't exist? You just bought a new phone,
right? Pretty much.
And he didn't bring an extra phone with a charge.
His Nokia.
So they decide they're going to finally. They're finally going to make a break for it, and when they decide to make the break for it, they go outside only to realize they can't find keys, and so they go to. So imagine this:
my Mustang
at these motels. How they have all of the doors outside and you see all these cars in the parking lot. Wouldn't you just start knocking on any random door to get back inside or go back to your hotel? They specifically run down to this one room, knock on that door. That door opens. They're like, come on. They come in. What was his name?
Rick. It's Rick. It's Rick.
Rick.
Rick's here. Rick is here. Why is Rick here?
Rick and his girlfriend.
I don't know if that was his girlfriend. It was a girl. She was
like, so y'all have homes.
Look, we're going to talk about how we know that had to be his girlfriend. So, and they was clearly on some Bonnie and Clyde shit. But Rick is in this hotel, and everybody's sitting here talking, and they're meeting and shaking hands. Like a really random introduction.
Like we didn't see y'all yesterday.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like they decide, like, hey, so I was trying to get to my car, but I lost my keys. And well, we have a van. You can ride with us. Where? Like, there's no plan. There's no plot.
There's no plan.
They're just gonna leave.
They should find a cave somewhere.
Yeah.
Hide in
So
the cave.
they decide
He's like,
to grab.
we need something to protect ourselves. And he turns around and grab. Now, when
Guns,
have you ever seen that many hangers
blades,
in the hotel room
no.
anyway?
Hangers.
Them hangers
No,
don't even
okay,
come
listen.
off.
How about say in that kind of hotel, the hangers don't come off.
Nope.
Right.
So like,
No, in
Y'all
that
not-
kind of hotel,
Y'all not
there wouldn't
stealing
have been
these
no
hangers. We paid too much for them.
So
it's like one of the hangers Sam has in his hand, but somehow they attached it to the rod. Even that kind. They're like, listen, dry
They just
cleaner
grabbed
hanger.
them from the
No.
top. They weren't even.
They weren't even hung up. They
the
weren't even
props
hung up.
department
It was just
had
a
one
pile
job.
of hangers. And then when they get out to the car, Rick goes, "Oh, they're coming," and it goes like this, and the birds aren't even in the scene
Watch
yet.
out. Watch out.
And then they
And
come.
then they come in, they zoom in real quick. and
Look how scared. Look how scared. Dio looks very intimidated
Oh, no.
right now.
Oh,
He
most
sees
definitely.
everyone with their hangers out. He's staying right back on his rope.
Oh no.
He ain't coming forward.
I fucking
In the right, Dio.
Oh, this movie.
Then
is
my
great.
man Rick is apparently Rambo.
He's a little poofy right now, but
Yeah.
Dio.
Yeah.
Good.
Why is he Rambo? Please tell him.
I have no idea why in the hell
What's
this
up?
random guy
He's like, "Here you go."
here, take this gun. He picks
What?
up.
Rick is
My
an
man got
arms
a
dealer, baby.
full-
Let's go.
He got the full AR with the whole kit. It's got the front
got
grip,
the
the night sights,
He got the
the
fucking
he's
red
got
dots.
the red dot.
He's
Probably had a
And
collapsible stock.
unlimited ammo.
My man's was out here on his whole ass Call of Duty account, bro.
No,
was
he
out
had
here.
straight up.
My man was prestige
GTA.
10 out here. Okay.
I'm
Then
trying
when
to
he
tell
made the
you.
comment about the birds scratching up that van,
Bruh.
Let me
he
tell you.
got out. He's like,
He
"The birds
said,
scratched the van."
listen, Left 4 Dead 1 just came out. I wanted to make sure I was ready.
Yes, sir.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And I need you to see how, like, just so you can see. Let me pull
Please.
this up.
Do you have it pulled up, please? I
I
think I
do.
know exactly what you're
I do.
looking at.
And I'm
please.
Like,
sorry. I wish
Like a
this could be
Astro?
bigger.
No, not even an Astro van. What kind of van was that?
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
there it
gonna
is.
lie.
Oh god,
Y'all
Hold
talk
up.
about this is actually making me want to watch this for the comedic value.
Actually,
you need
But
to watch
it's
this.
not funny.
It's so
You
bad.
know
it's
what?
funny.
I'm gonna do even better. Hold on.
Check this out.
Because I'm
Like,
just gonna
I-
pull this damn movie up on Peacock.
I will.
You have to
I
see
will.
He said Jeffrey don't give a fuck right now.
I will.
Look,
I
y'all
will
got
advise you-
y'all got
The
my
joke's
birds.
on you. Jeffrey never
So-
gives a fuck.
So here, I will
Right.
advise you if you're
Ain't
going
nothing
to,
new today.
if you're going to watch this movie, do not turn it into a drinking game. You will die.
You will die.
You will die.
Y'all got my bird stressed back here. He's over here like
Tanisha's
ringing the
stressed
little
reliving
bells and
this
stuff,
movie.
staring in the mirror.
Let me see.
Oh.
Let me log into this Peacock real quick
Man.
and pull up this
Oh.
movie just so I can pull these two scenes.
Just-
David, you should come calm Dio down.
I'm not gonna do
He's
that.
he's calmed by your presence.
No, he's not. He is agitated by me just looking at me.
You walk by and he's like,
and I him. I am agitated as
Like,
soon as I
the-
walk in the house.
Dio
and see him.
is totally fine if you're not super close to him. He actually likes interacting with you. You can whistle at him. He'll like whistle back. You know, he loves interacting with
Like,
people
nah.
as long as you don't touch him or come in at all.
I'm
Just
straight.
don't touch.
We're
Don't
We're a
friends.
little touchy.
You can enter his domain to give him seed and
Gotcha.
water, and that's it.
Gotcha. Okay,
Or clean off his mirror,
but no touchy.
but don't touch him.
Okay, that's that's fair.
If you're quick, you can grab one of he loves bells, so you can grab one of his bells and ring it, and he'll hate you until he hears the ringing, and then he's like, "Wait, I like that." And he'll go to the other bell and he'll
What
ring his
is
bell
that
with
melody?
Aw,
you. Exactly.
cute.
He can be really cute. I've had him since 2006, 2007, something like that. I don't know how old this bird is. My friends gave him to me.
He's old bird.
And then whenever when David and I moved out for the first time, we were just renting a room. I didn't bring the bird with me because I had roommates and I didn't own the house. So I'm like, okay, cool. I don't want to, inconvenience the people. He stayed at my mom's place or my parents' place. Then when we bought this house, I was like, we were coordinating how we're going to move everything over. I'm like, we have the dogs we have to bring over too, and we'll go ahead and bring the guinea pig and the bird. We'll put them in the car and not the moving truck because we don't want them to like die. And David's like, wait, the bird's not coming with us.
Bird's not, nah.
I ain't sign up for
Or
that.
the bird is coming with us, David. This is your son.
I did not. I didn't sign up for that.
David.
I didn't sign up for that.
Look at him. Look at him.
Son.
I had no part of that.
Just went from Birdemic to like the weirdest Maury episode.
This is your son.
David, I bet you didn't realize when you married me, you were marrying this bird too.
I wasn't doing shit with that bird. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sam, I wish you could just zoom in just on the bird.
Love me. Let's see. Don't think we can zoom. What I can do is I can make your screen the featured screen. And
y'all can see the bird better.
There we go.
There he is. He's hiding behind this.
Oh wow.
His favorite
you
toy.
are the father.
I'm not. No.
You are the feather.
You are the father.
Nope.
Let's see.
This is his favorite toy here. It's supposed to be a blue teddy bear, and it had like 4 of these little string things hanging off of it. This is his girlfriend. This is his girlfriend. That's why there's pieces missing off of it. Okay, he is not a gentle lover.
Birdemic. I've got it pulled up. Please. Oh, it's not that kind of show. Wait a minute.
This isn't After Dark.
I embarrassed him. He's right. Look at him.
Good.
I embarrassed him. I'm sorry, Dio.
See, it is funny because
come back up.
I was gonna make a really ill joke there. I won't. Because
this is the most.
What's the bird's name?
Dio.
Artie.
No, this is Dio.
That's Dio. Okay.
This is Dio. He's gone through many name changes, but especially originally he was named Shira because we thought it was a girl.
Gotcha.
But I brought a friend over who bred cockatiels and was like, hey, that's a boy. Look at his coloring. Has he ever laid an egg? He humps a toy. That's a boy. I'm like, okay. I renamed him He-Man because Shira, He-Man.
Let me mute this audio. I want you all to just see this one segment here. I feel like we should go on the double date. Everybody won. Got my money. We go on this date. Here's your 10 million. I'm just scrubbing through. This is just still bad. Scrubbing through it is bad. They walk on the beach. You know what? We did see birds when they were walking on the beach. And it was
don't touch that.
Don't touch that. Like randomly.
David, is this the movie with like the really genuine mother?
Yes.
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 The most genuine mother character ever. You would think you just walked into someone's house
on
and
her
like
charcuterie board.
Yeah, she just had
be supportive.
She's not even acting in those scenes.
And meet your boyfriend.
That was the actual actress's mother in that scene. That's what it was. It had to be. Because
they have the same haircut.
Like I said, when she said she was like not. Let me get over here, make this full screen because I want you all to like just catch these clips and I'll scrub through for the parts that we want to talk about, but there's no other way except to just let you see it. So, man, prepare to relive.
Yeah,
Birdemic, shock and terror.
It's halfway through the movie.
I just
what did I say?
I just
that's where the bird.
Oh, you know what? They're not gonna allow it. Okay, fair enough. Peacock won't let me. They saved you all right there.
Darn.
Just find
should have pulled it up on Tubi because they would have allowed it.
Jeff, I know you were so looking
on the edge of my seat.
You were
okay. So, right there, the feet scene. Right? And it stays like that for a minute.
I love it.
Oh shit! And and there goes the shock and terror with the birds there. Look at my man. Gosh. Look at my man. Black tank top, khakis.
So they go and they show like they do this whole little segment of like nothing happening and just showing random scenes. And then right there, birds are just like hovering and blowing shit up and flying into gas pumps.
Honestly, these still screens are doing the movie justice. They're doing more justice than they need.
See how they woke up? That's how they woke up.
Why her hair perfectly coiffed? You know nothing happened.
My man was out here.
I want y'all to be able. You know what?
He's in his Dockers.
I'm sorry though, but we skipped over the best part of the movie.
Oh,
is old dude singing on their date.
Yeah,
hanging out. hanging out
with my
Man,
family.
the hardest working man
having
in that
ourselves
movie.
a party.
Clap.
There's no one else in there.
Clap.
My man right there.
Yeah,
It is the three of
the
them.
hardest working man in that movie.
It is. Oh man, I really wanted you all to be able to see that.
Yeah, that man was
You could
singing
probably
his
pull it
ass
on.
off.
You could
and
probably
just,
pull it on YouTube.
You know what? I'm sure. And
My
like you said,
my
it's
man
on
was
Tubi,
singing
but I'd
his
have to watch
ass off.
commercials, and you don't want that. So
yeah, he was singing
Well, it
his ass
sounds
off.
like
and
you
that put
guys
him in
had a
the
great time
mood.
watching Birdemic.
man,
Shut up.
You defined good time.
What
There
else
was-
is going on in nerd news?
Oh, you thought we were done? We're not done. You got a whole hour left of movie.
Birdemic is my own personal hell, and I haven't even seen the movie.
Right?
So okay, D, you said you had notes. Run through your list of notes, and what were your takeaways outside of bad?
I said, why is there one sound for the birds?
Yeah,
It's one sound. They kept shooting the same bird and watching it fall. The same bird.
Yep.
I did the sound cuts, the scene cuts. It was when they were focused on one person, it was fine. And then when they pull back, can't see anything. Then the scene with him and the girl in the beginning or on their date, it's like it looked like they weren't even together at one point because it was like them, then back, them, then back, them, then back. Unlimited ammo. Thing.
Unlimited ammo.
Some curse words.
Just, curse words in the movie, or just your notes?
No, just things I wrote.
Listen, all birds do not.
Oh,
curse
like when he
words,
was
by the way.
randomly shooting out the window.
Fuck.
We didn't see anything die. Oh, and then they're driving up, and he's like, "There's dead people up ahead. Let's see if anyone's alive." And they're just taking people's children. Nobody is ever saying, "Let's call the cops."
Oh, wait. Did you write notes about the bus scene?
I was like, why is there a double-decker bus? Where are they?
Where they save the people on the bus, and then like seconds of
It's
them
like, get off the bus. Come on.
Within seconds of them getting off the bus, they die of bird acid.
but no, the favorite part where he's like, "You all come on to the van." They're like, "No, the birds will kill us." He's like, "All right, I'm gonna go save these people." I'm like, "Bruh, they don't want to go. Save yourself." And they was like, "No, I have to save them." Because he was, you know what, and I don't want to add that part in because it's so not relevant. Plus, I know some, and it wasn't a good look.
I love how the birds tank the fucking fucking petroleum market because gas went to like $100 a gallon.
Yeah. Oh, you gonna give me that gas?
You
and then
gonna give me that
Rod is like,
you got some gas that you could spare?
We're out of gas.
So you could have had gas because like the guy that got killed by the fucking bird that just clean sliced his throat.
Yeah,
you left the gas can on the ground.
David, is that why we don't sleep with Dio in the bedroom?
We don't sleep with Dio in the bedroom because I don't like Dio. Fucking hate that bird.
Why don't we have the guinea pigs in the bedroom?
Because they make too much noise and you'll never go to sleep.
Lord.
They are very noisy at night, but they are nocturnal creatures.
Well, see, and there you go, like nocturnal creatures.
Okay.
Dio sleeps though. He puffs up.
Yeah.
Little perch,
Well,
he
I
just
also
sleeps the
don't
whole
feel
night.
like being like I don't feel like being attacked as soon as I wake up.
Well, the best thing is we keep the top of the cage off to encourage him to explore.
Nope.
David would wake up.
You keep
with a bird.
You keep it off to encourage him to explore.
So I've got like a whole collection of notes here as well, and I can run through mine.
Please run through
really
them
quick. So here were the things that just like they were worthy to actually write down.
They were worthy.
It was a made-for-TV movie intro. This opening music, like what the hell was that? The cheesiest pickup lines. It felt like he was a creeper. Like he went to high school, but they weren't from there. That shit didn't make any sense.
Oh shit!
Let's see.
I love y'all made notes for this. I love this.
Let's see. The worst conversation. Were these supposed to be pickup lines? There was like I have mentioned here audio glitch where we talked about the in and out audio. I wanted to point out the $4.59 regular gas. That was relevant at the time for the movie. He talks about the $1 million sale, of which he gave the person a 50% discount. And that was like a complete waste. He was dating a model. I air quoted model for those of you who didn't see.
I can see Denisha slowly dying, just reliving this.
Wait a minute. Of course, I have script with a question mark because I'm like, none of these conversations make sense. People are just.
I feel
talking.
like they literally just put ad lib.
Right.
Yeah,
like
but
just,
I thought about saying,
all right. So we kind of got like a general outline for the script. Just fucking, I don't know, fill it out.
But I've seen improv better than that. So like, I don't want to discredit improv by saying that. Like, it was just it was horrible.
What am I supposed to say here? I don't fucking know, dude. Just
right.
Stop that.
Like nobody ever said line. They just kept going, and they're like, okay, we'll just keep that.
Hey,
I have a note
high
here.
School?
Wait a minute. I have a note here, David. I want to point this out.
Okay.
Way too successful in a short time. 1 million in sales, 10 million for a startup solar company, dating a Victoria's Secrets cover model. What the hell did you expect? That's literally what I have. Like, of course the birdemic was gonna happen. Everything was going right for you. You should have known that this was a fever dream.
He sold his soul to the devil, and he didn't read the fine print.
And the devil came to collect, baby.
Basically.
Hell is here, and it's just birds.
Can you all see?
That's David's hell.
Yes, that is my hell.
Hanging out with my family.
Having yourself
a party.
Hanging out with my family. That whole segment. I wanted a separate video just for that. I talk about the soundtrack all the time. I want that soundtrack. 45 minutes of
big
nothing.
Mama in the kitchen.
Man.
45 minutes of nothing in this movie. And then we go right to dive bombing, exploding birds. What's up with these guns? Why is every door stuck? How did you possibly know that the lake was behind this long ass road?
Random lake guy. You're safe in the forest.
Yeah,
it is so much, and
the
fact that they tried to
interject. It's a mountain lion. I gotta go.
The fact that they tried to interject these random like
environmental
messages to this movie made it even worse.
I think Jeff
sounds like they tried to insert a movie into random environmental messages.
If they had just recorded,
the birds don't scare me. You know what scares me? I'm like, oh
man, and pollution.
If you thought this was scary,
then you should see our greenhouse gas emissions. That's the scary part.
Just wait till you see how much our oceans will rise by 2050.
The birds are attacking because of greenhouse gas.
Because they have no. I mean, if he had said like the environment, like
all right, Denisha, you laughing a little too hard.
Deforestation.
Keep fucking with us. Dio hear you. He gonna put the bird call out on you.
You know what I'm saying? It's like if you've ever seen that episode of Rick and Morty where he like talks shit to the squirrel and then the squirrels rise up. I feel like that had to be the case here with the birds because there was no explanation. And all I can say is like normally I try to find one good thing about this movie, and I was actually able to find one good thing about the movie.
That's crazy.
No. Impossible.
It ends. No. It ends. Credits roll and the movie cuts off.
Credits roll. It does not continue.
That's not even a good point.
I escaped this hell at some point. Eventually,
by the time it was over, I was like, wait a minute, what? So I wasn't even happy that it ended because I'm like, what? Why are they standing on the beach? Why is one group of birds flying and then the other?
I love that dove. It was doves. There were doves that convinced the fucking other birds to go away.
This movie hurt my brain and weakened my sense of comprehension.
Literally, and just to like really to put it in perspective as far as the visuals, because I mean I understand that low budget movies they're gonna look low budget, and sometimes you get like I'm not talking about like let's put the spaceship on a piece of fishing wire in front of a black piece of
I
paper with
honestly would have
holes in
preferred
it.
that.
That would have been good graphics compared to what we got. It honestly looked like somebody took a GIF of a bird, copy and pasted that bird numerous
that's exactly
times.
what they did. That's exactly what they did.
And they didn't even use like Photoshop. This was like Microsoft Paint and Windows Movie Maker at best. I have never seen, like, hummingbirds are the only birds I know are capable of literally just hovering. Every bird in this could like just stop and just sit right there and do nothing if they wanted to. This was a difficult movie to watch. And I know that there's a part 2 and a part 3, but I don't know that I can sit through.
No, if
y'all want Birdemic.
If y'all want, I do have a movie that I would love for you guys to watch next, if at all possible. I don't even think I've had David sit down and watch this with me before. Maybe like at the beginning of our relationship. Okay. This is it was one of my favorite Mystery Science Theater movies called The Final Sacrifice, made in 1990.
The Final Sacrifice. That sounds
a Canadian movie. Let me give you the storyline off of IMDb.
Ooh, there's a director's cut.
Ruled by the evil Satori's, an ancient cult of Canadian wrestlers, the Ziox are bent on world domination. Instrumental to their plan is a map to the ancient Ziox cult idol recently discovered by a young boy, Troy. When the Ziox invade his home to recover the map, he flees and ends up in the bed of a passing pickup truck driven by Rousdower. Rousdower and Troy become friends and together search for the lost idol before the Ziox can claim it and take over the world.
Damn, I that's the whole movie right there.
I was like, what's left to see?
But wait,
the movie, trust me.
I just have to say, you said Rousdower?
Rousdower.
I'm looking here and I see Zap
Rousdower. His name is Zap Rousdower.
That is
okay. He's like on the middle-aged trucker, or a middle-aged dude in his truck.
To find a redeeming quality,
and he finds this, like, I don't know if he's like supposed to be older teenage or in his early 20s. He lives with his parents though, or his mom at least. His mom. That's why his dad's dead. Spoiler. But I'm not going to tell you who killed him. Anyway. But yeah, so it's this teenage boy just like jumps in the back of this middle-aged guy's truck.
That sounds like a movie by itself. Wait a minute.
So the top tags on IMDb: camp, homoerotic, homosexual subtext, fictional war, and cult. There you go. So I want you guys to watch that.
Okay. I put it. Let me just say, I'll be honest. I'll put it on the list. I'm not promising that's going to the top of the list.
Jeff's movie's next.
Yeah, because he really has been and that is Barely Lethal.
Barely lethal.
Okay, Jamie, you asked if we had talked about the movie X. Now, the only reason that comes to mind is that the movie X with what's the young lady from Wednesday? She Jenny Ortega. Thank you. Is that the movie she's in? Is that supposed to be one of the weird?
Samuel Jackson is in this.
Say what?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was reading Jeff's movie. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I do know that, I mean, of course, is Jenny Ortega is just like all over the news and everything. Don't do it while you at work, bro. Don't do it while you at work because you have stuff to do and you will lose brain cells watching this movie.
Man. This is sound like your brain on drugs.
Like, but no, if I'm not mistaken, the movie X is supposed to be one of the, like, I'm not a horror movie guy. I don't really care to watch scary movies. But from what I understand, there's been like a whole new wave of the slasher films, and a lot of horror films are like kind of moving to the forefront, and they've apparently that's the new thing. And this past year, there was a large selection of movies that came out. Some of them that I just know from hearing about. There's the one with the clown, which is I think the second one for that series. There was Barbarian, which was supposed to be X, from what I understanding, is another scary movie. And there's just been this influx of scary movies. So X might be something that gets watched. I can't say that I haven't seen it yet, but it's, you know, I am beginning
94
to
on the tomato meter.
On which one?
75% audience score. 94 on the tomato meter.
I was gonna say it's too good for y'all to watch.
Yeah, it's
Y'all
too hard to be on. Why did I watch that?
Well, I mean, we watch different movies too. We just don't review those.
Sorry, I mean it's too highly rated.
Yeah. No. Your movie's next. Yay. But the thing is, Sam and I always try to find a redeeming quality. Like we want to find a reason to enjoy the movie.
And that's what y'all just described.
Barely Lethal got a 26 and a 36.
Yeah, no. Birdemic is the worst movie we've watched.
Now, the redeeming quality about the
next to the ridiculous
is Zap Roused Hour.
So there was no redeeming quality about Birdemic, huh? No, damn, I didn't finish the fucking question.
No.
I like the Mustang. I did like his Mustang.
There you go.
I'll take it.
It was a pretty shade of blue.
I'll take it. It was a hybrid.
At 100 miles a gallon, that was a damn nice car.
Fucking great.
That was.
We should all be so lucky.
I'll check that out.
That's it. That's all.
Oh, shit.
Okay. So there's okay. What is this?
That car runs on a trickle.
That's a
boy.
shame how
Good
my
God.
peripherals work. It says set in the 70s to 80s on a porn set. It's a slasher film, but it's 80s bad.
Yeah, Ginger Dead Man.
What do you mean?
No, that's the movie X.
I thought he was. I'm getting them mixed up.
There was another.
It's the movie with the girl who dressed like Dorothy from Wizard of Oz. It's weird. I seen they showed me a promo for it on YouTube. Goth. I was like, what is this?
Mia Goth.
I'll let y'all handle the scary stuff. I already know. No thanks.
Brittany Snow. Kid Cudi's in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh. Okay, and that's a 2022. Let's see.
That's how you know it's not no other black people.
Jenna Ortega.
Let's see.
And he ain't on the front. You gotta like show all cast and crew to see him.
Right. Actually, he comes up in the first. Like when I just put it in Google, Kid Cudi was on the first row. He got fourth billing.
On Rotten Tomatoes, I had to go show all cast before he came up.
Okay, then he's not really in it. Okay, cool. That explains it.
His name is Jackson.
Jackson Hole. Interesting comment. Okay, so is this someone advocating for
David,
the movie?
I'm gonna call you that. Okay.
No, you're not.
You might see his feed. Oh, well, I'm in there, Jamie. Thank you.
Never been. You know what? I'm not even
young
front.
lady.
You know what? I'm not gonna front like the promise of boobs wasn't ever the selling point for a movie. So okay, cool. I get it.
I remember how people freaked out when Swordfish came out. Found out
man,
married
let me tell you something.
Talk about changing lives.
Look, I wasn't gonna say which movie it was, but I'm not gonna act like the promise of boobs hasn't made me watch a movie before.
Immediately, like, oh, Swordfish tennis. Okay,
and then because that's the only damn reason I watch Monsters Ball. To be honest with you, that's why I'm like, I still don't know how that movie worked, but it worked because they got me to watch it. So
I know a long time ago when I was working my second job I ever had, there was a little TV with a little VCR in the break room. Might have been a DVD player, but probably be a VCR. Anyway, someone had brought Monster Ball and decided to leave it running in the break room.
I need you to make
and
me feel better.
I happened to walk back. I happened to walk back there.
That's going great.
While I was getting my stuff to go on break. One of the one of the shift leads came back and was like, "Who the fuck left this on?" What the fuck? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just getting my stuff and leaving.
That's one of those things where, like, if anybody walks in when that movie's on, there's no way to explain it. I don't even know what this is. It was just playing. I know what you like. Like, there's no way to get out of that. Let's
He
see.
changed his whole life for that thing.
Bodies did to be, and I'm regretting watching the movie. Okay, you know what? It's there are some notoriously bad ones out there, but every once in a while we've reviewed some movies that there were parts of it that were okay. There was nothing good about Birdemic.
No.
Nothing.
Not even the opening sequence with the credits. Those were horrible.
Again, this shit looked like a made-for-TV movie opening segment. It was just bad. Like, it didn't match anything. Nothing in that's what I can say. Nothing in the movie matched.
The acting was bad. The clothes were bad. The song, like,
oh shit.
Yes, sir. Oh, excuse me. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Look.
Look,
wow.
Thanks, David.
This episode is gone.
I told y'all. I told y'all that it was an experience. That's
and
all
I'm
I
mad
got.
because I know this is going to end up being a core memory, and I'm mad about that. Like,
oh shit!
That is the time invested, the time spent actually watching that movie. And I actually got Celeste to sit and watch it with me since I was suffering through it, because I wanted her to see, like, there was 1 or 2 segments I wanted her to see, and I started like pointing out things in the movie. She sat with me, and, like, if you could have just seen her face the entire movie, like, she just had that look of sheer disappointment. Like,
oh shit!
The entire movie, she just sat there like that face Denisha's making right now, just like,
bruh,
why is this on? And she got through it. And when we got to the end of it, she was like, "This is what you be watching?" She was like, "These."
No,
this is what you be.
Yeah, she was rethinking some things.
I'm trying to tell you, man. She was like, "This what you."
She was like, "I knew he was a nerd, but damn."
And I had to explain to her again. I was like, "Look at the notes. This is what we do, and these are." And she was like, and she pointed out, she was like, "How they have, so they don't have to reload."
Yes.
they don't have to.
I was like,
unlimited ammo.
No,
I was like, well, see, baby, that's one of the things in the movie. That's called the continuity error. Nobody took time to be like, she was like, but that's not even a real gun. I was like, it's a $10,000 budget, so you know they probably had to get props. And then she was like, why do the birds look like that? Those aren't real birds. Those aren't even fake birds. What are the? And I was
They
like,
would have done better to have somebody on top of a ladder. With,
wow.
like,
let me see the string.
Victor,
Let me see the string.
Paper cranes. Whatever.
No.
Move on. I can't. Thank you,
So-
David, for nothing.
all right. That is actually one of the. There was something else we watched that was like every other.
Ridiculous 6 was pretty bad.
Yeah, I was about to say just about every other
or
bad
8
movie
or
we've
no.
watched had something that was still
What was the
somewhat
one I
redeeming.
forgot I was watching and I left the room? I was like doing the dishes and I was like, oh shit, I was watching.
Oh, that was
It had Meatloaf. Who did it have in it?
Oh shit!
Blood Rain.
Yeah.
Blood Rain.
I was watching the movie. I went to the
And-
kitchen to get some drink. I was like, oh, let me wash the dishes. I started dusting. I was like,
And
oh,
the worst
shit.
part was came back, had to rewind it back because it was like, oh shit, I was watching the movie,
Yeah,
wasn't
I
I?
was watching the movie.
But see, that's a Uwe Boll movie, which by itself is you know that's going to be a bad one. So
And
you
they
kind of
made
go
like
in.
11 million Blood Rain movies. I think that's the thing too with bad movies like Sharknado. If you want to put that in that category, like there's always 20 million of them.
If it's campy and bad enough, you can build on the badness. But in Blood Rain's, I can't even say defense, but Blood Rain thought they were making a good movie.
Yes. They did.
That's why it doesn't work for that, because they thought they were making a good movie.
So if you haven't already, you need to go back and watch the other Why Did I Watch That? Me and Sam have done, because we do try to find something.
And
all of them aren't bad.
Yeah, because we actually, like I said, Low Down Dirty Shame has a 0 on the tomato meter, and that is a fantastic movie, and that's got one of the better production values in a movie. I took time.
Soundtrack in that movie.
Yeah, everything.
We know why that has a 0.
Sally Richardson.
How did they get a 0?
We know how.
It had no reviews. I mean, the user
They didn't
reviews
understand it.
are really high, so it doesn't make sense.
That was a great movie.
And we've got a trailer up for that one. And in fact, if you go to the TikTok, you can actually see the trailer for that particular one to get a feel for that one. Yes, if you go to, like the kids say, the TikTok. If you check out the TikTok, but no, go to specifically find Grown A Geeks on TikTok, and you can actually click that QR code there. That will take you to everything that we have. That will link you to our TikTok, and from there you can watch and see some of the trailers.
We've got some clips on this TikTok. I expect the clips on this TikTok, please.
I'm not always so angry.
No, we would definitely talk about this one. And does anybody else have anything they wanna pop out here? We're right at our 2-hour mark. I think this year we're gonna tighten the show up a little bit. But if there's anything specific that we need to discuss before we get out of here, now's the time.
I just wanted to know what Denisha's reaction was to Birdemic, and I got it. I am immensely happy.
You're satisfied. That's a good way to start the new year,
I'm
man.
Satisfied. Oh man,
that's all that matters.
Because I just wanted to have somebody else experience this movie as I experienced
trying to spread the pain.
Yes, I can't suffer. I'm not carrying this weight by myself.
Like, I had to see this.
I understand. It is very much like the tape.
Yes.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm gonna die in 5 days. So
you have to tell somebody else to watch this movie now. The pain.
And you know what you should do? You should tell other people to watch this movie and don't say anything. Just be like,
don't say shit to them.
Have you seen Birdemic? It came out during the pandemic.
Sammy could have had that movie on just in the background the whole time.
I'm now.
He did earlier, and it was annoying.
It was pissing me off because I'd look over, see something, and get sidetracked complaining, so I turned it off so that I wouldn't be distracted the whole time.
And it was annoying both of us.
But what I will do, I will see if I can show you that one segment.
Like he looks over, he's like, "Fuck, God damn it!"
Okay. I will see if I can show that one segment. Oh. And what's funny is like when I go to continue watching. Guess what the hell's right there? Birdemic, Shock and Terror. So for your viewing pleasure.
That was a really good movie, An Inconvenient Truth.
This movie is like watching the tape in the Ring. Nothing good can come from it.
Nothing good could come from it.
So actually, you know what? No, we're gonna
look at these panning shots. Look at them; they're great. This is the best part of the movie. Just these panning shots are great.
Oh, they're fantastic. Now, she broke out the robot, and he was just like the worst dancer.
You heard the lean back. Now look at the lean forward.
She's trying to get the freak on, and he's not with it. Like it's such a shame.
Well, I mean, he's a cardboard cutout, so
Thank you, Victor, for verifying that. Now I got to go back and watch.
Look at this seedy ass fucking hotel motel, a Holiday not in.
Holiday out.
Holiday is gone.
He's
like, whoa.
Like he's never seen a woman before.
He's like, whoa.
Or like he's not interested at all. It's one of the
now,
two.
Mind you, she's going to be the new cover model, so I've gotten to the point now. I watch everything with captions on.
He's like, looking like, I'm about to.
Look at that.
And I remember that annoyed me too. The kissing sound.
Right, it's so loud.
The kissing sound. Look at this.
And so,
David, stop it.
It's like, right. It's like But that's how it sounds. I need to turn the mic and put it
Look at
towards
this
that.
shit.
But
Look at this shit. Oh, this is great.
See how they're on top of that comforter? That shit is gross.
Right.
See,
This
this
is one of
scene
the
is not.
places
The
you
scene
should
is not
pull the
convincing
whole
me
thing
that
out.
the scene is not convincing me
I
that he
see
likes
why.
women.
I see why he was wearing pants.
Look at the
Look at this.
He needed.
Yeah.
He
They said
needed
the
every
will
layer
slap.
of
Top
protection.
tier 50 gang, man.
Now,
He
I
needed
need
as
to
many
see-
layers
okay.
of fabric.
Oh, Jeff.
we have
He
like
needed.
5 minutes of sweeping this. And let me tell you something. This whole movie, truthfully, is probably only about 45 actual minutes. Because there is so much unnecessary crap that they just record that has nothing to do with the movie.
I told you why, Anthony. They're gonna have to end the scene early. He needed all the layers of fabric.
Anthony, he had his belt on. The belt was still on.
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised he didn't have socks on still.
I'm so
Oh, God. This movie was
My
so
man was-
fucking bad.
My man said he gonna be fitted out to the day he died.
Now, here we go.
Oh.
They're still just showing random scenes.
Not
Nothing
even
has happened
shorts
so
either.
far.
This
Just
is
long
before
pants.
all hell breaks loose. Y'all have to see how he wakes up, though.
And we go from here. Wait for it. Fade to black. Shit's on fire. Birds are dive bombing. What is happening?
Oh my
What?
God!
David, look what you did.
Look at
Okay,
they're
the
just
one
dropping
bird
bombs.
that was right there didn't
I'm
even
not
hit
sorry.
anything.
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
I was just
I
like,
apologize
no,
for the glare.
I'm not-
Stop it.
I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Look at this shit.
Look at look at how he's sleeping. Oh my God. Oh, I'm
They're
glad
like,
I'm
we know what
back
y'all was
now.
doing,
Atlanta-
man.
We waiting for you, baby. Let's
The
go.
Atlanta Hawks called. They want their mascot back.
Oh my
Look
God!
at this. Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
So she walks
I
over.
think they're eagles. Oh my God!
Rod,
You were just
Man,
under the covers,
Man,
motherfucker.
diagonal across
I like-
the bed.
I like how she opened the curtains.
Like just this.
She
way.
grabbed it from the very bottom and
just this corner.
just to show the green screen out
it
there.
would have cost way
Yeah.
too much
Look,
money to
why
show
is he
birds.
so tall? It's not working. They picked up the phone.
No, why is she not putting on clothes? She know
It's
birds
dead.
can't.
Battery's dead. We're not gonna charge it. We're not gonna do anything. We're just gonna like panic.
Let's move the bed. I'm like, I kept saying that, Jeff. I was like, she ain't gonna put no damn clothes
But look,
on.
they
Keep
sit and
on running
stare for
clothes.
like 10 minutes. They just keep looking
I'll
back
be
and forth.
picking the shit out of me.
Look at the birds are fucking
Oh,
See
God.
this, Theo?
The bird
See
just
this, Theo?
fucking falls on the
Let's
ground.
move
How
the
do you feel about
bed.
this?
Oh, look at this shit.
You
Look
got
at
this
this
girl
shit. Look at
moving this
shit.
bed in her drawers.
Look at this
I
shit.
just,
Look at this shit.
Dio's fluffing up.
but
He's
not
happy.
long ways.
What is that gonna do, Rod?
I don't know. Let's reinforce it. Oh.
Okay, wait.
You still got a good 3/4 of the fucking window uncovered, Rod.
I want you to see. Look at her hand. Can you all see her hand over there?
Yeah.
From there up is all window.
Yep.
They covered nothing.
What is that gonna do, Rod?
They've
you do-
protected nothing.
Oh.
She still ain't put no damn clothes.
Exactly.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
So here, okay.
I'm
Now,
glad I'm laughing.
now watch this.
Look at
I
it,
want
look at
you
it,
all
look
to
at it.
see,
Look at that handiwork. Look at it.
but look how they
Great.
look. Look at
That
his
should
eyes.
hold him. Yep.
Look at Rod.
What the hell is he looking at?
He's so concerned.
Birds.
But no, look.
Where?
He's just back and forth, back and
Fade
forth,
black.
back and forth.
Got
Let me
scan
go
the
put my
room.
That
polo
polo
on.
on.
Threat assessment.
Just said threat assessment.
Do you know why
Wait.
they stopped?
How did she get clothes on that quick?
Oh, they
Because it
faded
faded to
black.
black,
Okay.
You
They've
dress
been
fast
sitting
when
there
you
for a
realize
while.
you made the biggest mistake of your life.
right? Life comes at you fast.
What's that you?
She's like, the bird did me
Fade to
hit,
black.
and I'm here with this.
Run,
dude.
run, 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 run. or
they're like lightly trotting,
briskly jog.
Oh, this door.
Anyone in here?
Oh yeah, sure. Come in my hotel room. I don't know
Rick.
this person.
Hi, Rick.
Hi,
Wait,
I'm
how
Rod.
short
This
are
is
these people?
Natalie.
That's Rick.
Don't look up at him. It just makes it worse.
My man's
We
a
tried to
goof.
drive away, but I couldn't find my car keys.
I don't
We
think
have
he
a
looked.
van outside. You guys can come with us. Random person I've never seen before.
Put my high.
No,
Go to
I
the
love
hangers.
see,
Did you see
there's-
the hangers?
Here,
just
use
on
these.
the top. I love when she can't get the van door open.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this hanger.
And oh yeah, keep our backs together.
Yeah,
Watch how they shuffle out.
because the bird
Everyone get
can't
your
fly
hangers
over
ready.
you.
Get your hangers ready.
Wait, hold on. Here it is.
Oh, look, he's like the birds are.
Oh
coming.
no, here they come.
Look, he hit it. It was nothing there. There was nothing there.
Do you see this
What?
foolishness?
Jeff, please look at that. Jeff.
They look like a bunch of the Napoleon
When she
Dynamite
can't get the
sign
door
language birds.
That
She
is
can't get the
weakest-
keys turned by doing this.
Oh,
Panic.
oh God.
She's not good at swinging her. She's not good at swinging her hanger.
They're
So they had to.
suspended midair because they're eagles.
And they're just.
Look,
But he
I
is
think-
really
I think
going
after-
to town.
I think after seeing this, you guys might need to consider that David might actually hate you guys because you wouldn't do this to a friend.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
oh
And
yeah,
I would
you
turn-
missed the beginning
and
of
I would
this.
Oh,
turn
and then
into
you
a
go
drinking
drive
game, which is
around with
why-
the window open.
Becky, look. Becky, hand me a gun. Rod, you drive.
I would
So
do
watch
this to
now.
friends, and I would turn this into a drinking game, which is why I
Wow.
heavily advise do not turn this into a drinking game. You will die.
Here,
No,
Rod,
Jeff, I
take a
said in the
pistol.
beginning, I was like, I'm not sure that I even like David anymore.
Oh, for sure.
I'm not sure.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. We got another one on the suffering train. Let's
Okay.
go.
Let's see.
Oh,
That's for my man goes all. They decide to save some random kids.
look at that bird just coming out of nowhere. Caca.
Sorry. It's just all these
Oh.
shots.
Oh shit!
This
crazy.
literally looks like they were
Look at-
just like on the side of the road.
So
It
my
looks like he
man,
stole an Amazon van.
That's the
Oh,
little
man.
Astro van there.
oh shit!
Now, funny part. All those other vehicles driving because they didn't have the budget to shut down the road. So remembering that there's only a $10,000 budget, you're kind of okay to like let some shit go. But it still kind of stands out as
my
being
God, y'all
very
did not
obvious.
give it any justice. I told you we're not doing this movie justice by just talking about it. This shit has to be experienced. Okay, you need to see this with your own eyes. Oh,
Okay, so this is at the
Oh.
the gas station
yep.
because they have to get
Gas.
sandwiches and food. Now, this next part,
Pow, pow, pow. Look at this bird. Look at this bird.
big old case of water. And it's like, I don't know where the camouflage pants and boots came in, but apparently
Could you-
he's had this on the whole time.
Could you imagine like being a customer at that coffee shop or bar in the back and seeing
just
them do
watching-
this?
Just watching
Just being
this
in
shit.
the window like what in the world?
I'll be real with you. Hey, like in a moving vehicle, my man's out here getting like accurate kills with these birds. I'm
Right.
telling you, bro.
Right.
He is, I told you, prestige 10 out here, okay? He was not playing.
So here's another thing that happens that doesn't make any sense. We are being chased by birds. We are attacking birds. Let's have a picnic outside. Let's stop and have food,
Oh.
sandwiches, and drink water.
Which
Am I-
birds hate. Birds
Right.
hate eating
Oh
food.
yeah, they don't
That
want, they
humans are
don't like
eating
bread
outside.
or sandwiches. And y'all
What
right
the
next to the
hell?
sea. There's no seagulls anywhere. No, don't worry about that because seagulls aren't lawless creatures in
Right.
general anyway.
They dumb dogs. Yeah.
Lawless seagulls.
Okay.
Seagulls do not have any kind of
They will
morality
straight up steal a
in their-
fry out
in
your
their
hand.
fucking hate-filled bodies.
So this man right here, this is like a whole. This is one of those random environmental
Don't come any
segments.
closer, you'll get contaminated.
He's yelling at him, "Hey, stand back! Those birds are contagious. Now go
They
away."
have bird flu.
Walk
I
closer.
wish they
Walk
could hear the
closer.
music.
Hey,
The
I thought I
music
told
in
you.
this scene drove me crazy.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be
Bird
like
flu
all
virus.
serene, like they found the answer.
For those of you who watched season 1 of The Walking Dead, remember when they got to the CDC only to find out that shit meant nothing? They spent the whole season trying to get to the CDC for
It's like,
nothing.
oh, we finna blow this shit up.
That's what this scene was.
Don't come any closer.
Oh, we just
There
wanted to
go,
talk to you.
Cooper.
Oh, y'all
well, if
want
you
to
wanna
talk?
Okay,
yeah,
come on.
sure, fine.
We'll
We'll talk.
talk.
Okay.
Wait, what?
You dead ass just told him to go the fuck away. You're just like, okay, never mind. Let's have a little chit chat.
Now he has like a 10-minute speech about birds.
It is
and
legit like a
everything.
10-minute fucking monologue about how
let's
this
see.
fucking environment is dying and shit. Oh
He's
my
so
god.
broken up because his girlfriend died. He actually went rampaging a moment ago. Worst acting right there ever.
It's the best. What are you talking about?
Oscar nominee right there. Okay.
Look at this. Oh, ooh, yes.
We're gonna
Why
save
is there a
yes.
double-decker bus?
Yes. Give it
Is
here.
this Piccadilly?
No,
or-
Anthony, you need to stay. You need to stay. Oh, the bus. Yes, I love this scene. I love it. It's
We're
great.
gonna save you from getting you off a perfectly fine bus.
Yeah, because the kamikaze birds haven't gotten to you yet.
Unlimited ammo.
Just pow pow. Reloading? What's that? We don't need that. Infinite mag.
So here's the funny part. The people on the bus are yelling and screaming to be helped. Help arrives, and they're like, "No, I'm staying here."
Fuck that noise.
He's like clinging to the butt, like
They were like, we need somebody to drive this bus. I'm not getting off.
Right.
That's the.
I just
Like,
saw
do you have
3
your
birds
CDL
carry away.
license?
I saw 3 birds carry away a child. I'm not trying to be next.
Right.
So here's the part I don't understand.
I love
why would
this.
why would you go out, take the rifle,
Look, she's like
the trained
no.
military expert, and be like, "Hey, Rod, cover me." Dude with a pistol. No. Let's switch these roles around.
You cover Rod. What do you
Right.
mean?
Rod, go
Dog,
out there and get those people.
My man
I'll
has
cover
a
you.
13 kill death ratio right now. He's good. Oh, what is he talking about? He needs backup. My man is soloing these birds, okay?
And then this happens.
Yes. Caw,
Then it drops again.
David, how that bird
Same
sound?
caw.
They just stopped running. Why did they stop running?
Okay.
Blah, bird acid. Bird acid. Yes. And they're
Oh.
melting. And they're melting and they're dying because of the bird acid. And now the birds are eating them.
Oh.
Bird acid.
Bird acid.
Dio, do you produce acid?
Because
He
that's
got
what
so
birds,
comfortable to get down.
because that's what birds do when they're mad. They dispel
Spit
acid
acid.
from themselves.
Is that what Dio does to you, David?
I
It's the
guess.
bird flu.
So the rest of
And-
the movie just continues like
And they
this.
just die. And they just
It's just more of this.
they just fucking die. I can't
Here was
believe
another
it.
nice little segment.
Oh, ooh. Love old dude in a cowboy hat that gets his throat slit by a random ass goddamn
But I have to
hawk.
say, like, I loved his death. That was acting.
He walks so righteous.
They're like,
Best
make
death
sure
in
you
the
get
whole
to the
thing.
grass because our insurance will
Yeah.
fall on the concrete.
Yeah.
Best death in the whole thing.
Best death. And there's the
You
gas
know what?
can.
Redeeming
gas
quality. The
the
blood
gas can.
looked real. The blood looked
It probably
real.
was.
Yo, okay. Can we talk about my man's wig real quick? Can we talk about my man's wig? My man's wig
was suspicious.
Immaculate. That wig was immaculate. Look at this. Why he look like that dude from The Whitest Kids You Know?
This was like,
and then here comes another 10-minute dialogue about how the planet is dying.
Yes. And then he's got to go.
And then he's got to go because it's a mountain lion in the area.
Oh God.
And he's talking about trees and shit, like other like
the bark beetle is dying out.
What is
Are
this?
you a tree hugger?
What does this have to do with the birds that are killing us?
Nothing. They're just talking.
Nothing.
And
bark beetles?
I can protect these trees.
Bro, do you not see all the fucking eagles murdering people right now? Like, there's a fucking pigeon that's hovering around this forest right now. He has a fucking 14 kill streak right now, bro.
Man, this shit sound crazy.
It is crazy.
Even crazier.
It's wild. It is the wildest ride I've ever been on.
It is.
It is an experience.
It's like equal parts bad plot, bad acting, bad quality,
bad story,
bad
writing,
mixing, bad,
you know
bad
what?
Acting.
Take all of the different credits that you would have in a movie, and every one of them says bad next to it.
Yeah.
It's
not.
I
will say, I don't know if I could make something better.
Like it's no.
It's looking at this tells me, like, although I usually want to like try to respect the fact that somebody made something and it got put out, blah 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 blah, and it's like I'm against terms like, oh, this is trash, you know, like somebody believed it.
So here's where I'm at with it, right?
And
like yeah, here's where I'm at with it, right? So like as a content creator, I was sitting here like the best advice that I give anybody who's trying to like get into content creation, and like anybody who does like any lick of content creation will give you the same like advice, is just put the content out, right? Just post it. I don't think this guy should have posted it. He might have could have just left that one alone. He could have left that in the drafts.
So the only like here's probably, even to that point, I will say, whatever happened that this movie got made, it gave reason for there to be a Birdemic 2
and 3.
It gave reason for there to be a Birdemic 3. So
I wasn't even aware.
I mean, I'm glad he didn't give up. I mean,
right?
It's
honestly,
make your bad content, learn from it, make better content the next time.
Yeah.
And that might actually be the point there.
Well, there was not much further they had to go.
I do admire the tenacity. I admire the tenacity.
The bar was low enough for them to raise it the next
The bar is a tripping hazard in hell. Like, bro. Like, there's nowhere to go from here but up. Like, come on now.
And you know what's actually amazing? They got Natalie and Rod back for Birdemic 2.
No shit. Really?
I'm sure they were free.
They were contractually obligated to be in the sequel. They did not come by choice.
No shit. Really? Really?
Oh wow. Let's see. What did Birdemic 2 get?
Oh, I gotta know.
That's what I was looking up.
Okay.
26 audience score.
26 audience score, and it didn't. Even though it got rated 2 times on the tomato meter, it did not earn a rating. 2 people rated it. It didn't even score 0.
That's crazy.
Yo. Okay.
Now you learn from it and made Birdemic 3.
And maybe you know what? If we get to like a 30 on Birdemic 3, then kudos to them. They're really taking those notes.
In 20 years, we're gonna be in the Birdemic cinematic universe. Our kids gonna be watching this. Like, man, our parents lame. They ain't even understand the vision back in the day.
They understand the vision.
I mean, you know what? Birdemic 3, Sea Eagle has the same cast. Actually, nope. Different people in this one.
Oh,
Evan and Kim. So I guess somebody else takes over for Rod and Natalie.
No, Rod.
Is that
Rod's
a
still in it.
baton you really want to be passed?
But looking at it, let's see. So we have, Birdemic got a
From the same
27.
people that made like Scary Movie 10.
Right. After the first
Great.
3, they could have stopped.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's it. I'm glad that you all were able to catch that little bit of Birdemic.
All right. So food fights next, right?
No, we're gonna do Barely Lethal next. That'll be our
Barely Lethal. Thank you in advance, Jeff.
You welcome.
Okay, food fight.
Jeff
the
already got
2008
that
or the
that
2003.
evil ass smile. I see it too, but
You're gonna love it. It's right up my alley.
yeah, buddy.
Must be the 2000.
Man, I know that
fight?
smile, Jeff. I know that smile. She about to
The animated one.
ooh wee. That's the same smile I had when I said Birdemic. Boy, let's go.
Nah, my movie actually looked like it could be shown in the movie theater though.
It does. It does. I mean, I
fair,
will say
It's the 2012.
Oh shit.
Okay,
so
put it on the list. We'll see.
Yo, Birdemic 3.
And
came
feel
out last
free,
year,
like
bro.
send Sam and I stuff to watch. We'll put it on the list.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Put
they
food
watch
fight on the list, bro.
Birdemic. They watch anything.
You're right. At this point, we watch Birdemic.
I mean, it's what we have to do. We have to be fair, and we have to keep it available for the viewers. You know, our members. If you have something you want to recommend to us,
man.
I will say, generally speaking, we try to keep everything on the tomato meter 50 or less. I don't think we've rated anything higher than a 50. And even like high 40s sometimes are a little iffy because it could be good. But both scores need to be under 50 tomato meter or whatever database. It has to be at least a 50 or less. And we'll check those out.
Right.
But
in the chat for y'all can look at that at y'all own convenience whenever y'all feel like it.
All right. We would definitely get to that one. I think that's it for tonight. I want to thank everybody who was on tonight. I appreciate all you all being here. We got Amnesia. One flew over the cuckoo's nest. She was here to be part of our Why Did I Watch That episode. Splenda, we will make it a point to have some Dio related content specifically. We'll actually just do a pet show. We'll have to do a pet episode because all your pets have geeky names, and you know what I'm saying. We all have pets, so you know, like I've got mine, and we'll bring that on. Maybe we'll do like a special tattoo episode, and we'll get everybody who's got their tattoos. We'll come up with some good content moving forward this year. Jeffrey and I have some shows we're going to be doing here real soon. We'll probably have another episode of therapy. 1, maybe 2 episodes of therapy coming up as we see what James Gunn decides to do moving forward. But yeah, I don't have to dive too much more into that, but I do think we found some of the problems, and it has to be that chemistry that exists in DC. Like nobody has that chemistry,
it's not there.
And that's something that some of the other people seem to have gotten very well.
Oh shit!
But that will do it for us tonight, people. We want to thank everybody who tuned in. Thank everybody who made comments and watched. Be sure to like, subscribe, and you know what? Share this with your friends. Let other people know about the group. Let them know about this video. Let them know about this show so they can be a part of it every Wednesday. And we're going to break it down a little bit. We're not going to go 3 and 4 hours anymore. We're going to keep it right around 2. Tonight was a special occasion for Birdemic. But whew.
I really appreciate y'all going through that. That's
it's all good. I kept my notes. I was ready to talk about it. So when we got to it, that's what it was going to do. But for Linda, Denisha, Jeff, David, and David, I am Sam. We're Grown A Geeks. We appreciate it. And we'll holler at you next time. Peace.
And guys.